So last time on Sav Wars, our intrepid heroes landed on Takodana. They got an alert from their Republic security contact saying that a pirate by the name of Toshis Vale was making her hideout here, and there's a substantial reward for her capture or head. But the party realized that they are not, in fact, space fighters and should just probably try to avoid her, especially since she apparently only targets Republic ships, and they are most certainly not that, technically. The party then landed, disembarked, trekked through a bit of brush, and found Professor Anadini. Scout, how would you pronounce that name? I don't think I've
How would I
had to.
pronounce?
What?
Um, hmm. I don't know. I feel like there are multiple ways, and no way is wrong.
All I see is a Nidney.
Anidni. Okay. He's Professor
Uh,
Anidni. And his
yeah, and Idney.
his astromech Vito, who were trying to get into a Jedi Bendu temple located under a waterfall. After much puzzling, the party figured out the solution to the puzzle of entrance and stabbed the door with a pair of lightsabers.
No scout counted for the entire party.
And you're the one who did the stabbing.
Well, there was no stabbing. It was hold the hilts up to it like handles and push, not
Oh yeah,
stab
right.
the door
Okay.
with both of them.
Right.
In fact, last time he tried to hit the door, it went very poorly for him, so we instituted a specific
Right,
no
right.
stabbing policy.
Look, I didn't lose a fight with a door. I'm down in the first round, and I got 3 rounds left. We're just taking a break.
It wasn't a fight with a door. It just put you to bed.
Look, look. You can't say I was put to bed when I wasn't sleeping. I'm still standing.
Barely.
Look, all I'm saying is I'm totally not getting a track record of losses here. Completely not.
Against doors.
It's fine, Wolf. It's fine.
Look, man, I'm gonna prove anything. I'll come back and kick that door's ass whenever I want. Fuck y'all.
So yes, after failing to stab the door, Cal put his lightsaber hilts to the door like handles and pushed them open. And thus we rejoin the party and their cohorts as they descend into this strange temple beneath the waterfall. The sounds of water hammering into the lake are still fairly deafening, even 20 feet into this cavern, when it opens up into a large arched chamber, roughly circular, with a door at the far end, which is sealed, because of course it is. Two big slabs of stone make up the door, and in the center of the room is a fountain. It seems to be bubbling along just fine after all these hundreds, if not thousands, of years.
Lalash is immediately delighted
Well,
that she gets to be in a place for where her xenoarchaeology itch is getting the fuck scratched out of it.
Usually I'd be all but excited to explore an abandoned temple with potential lost techniques. But after the door, I'm worried about the rest of this place.
I'm gonna squint.
It could be trapped.
I won't rule out the possibility. Rare that one finds a sealed place that isn't capable of hosting some measure of traps, but it's not really within character of the people who built it.
What kind of traps would Jedi put in their temples
I mean,
anyway?
these weren't Jedi.
I mean, what would unknown Force users put as traps in their temples?
They're proto-force users.
The
The Empire
Jedi
likes to-
Bendu is the name. The professor will say while like brushing dust off the wall and looking at some old murals underneath the layer of thick dust.
Yeah, I'm analyzing it in a vaguely similar way. enjoying a nice look around. I'll be right back in a moment. Just checking on food.
So you are in a, again, circular chamber, bubbling fountain in the middle, doors on either north and south side.
I wonder if they have some sort of archive of force techniques. Were the Bendu known for keeping written records of any sort?
The professor will shake his head and say, "No, no. Well, if they did, they've certainly lost them since the Order was active. Perhaps the Jedi Archives could answer that question, but any records they might have left are certainly not in the public hands. I'm telling you that much."
Hmm. Which reminds me, does anybody know you're actually here, excavating these ruins?
The professor sort of casts a sidelong glance and says, "Yes, everybody knows I'm here. All my friends and family.
Did
I'd be
anybody
very
expect
upset if
you-
I went missing." He'll
Did
give you like a
anybody-
little wink, like I'm just playing.
Oh, I thought you were serious because you misunderstood my meaning. Don't worry, I'm not going to kill you.
Yes, that's why I made the joke. But yes, the Institute of Galactic Archaeology does know I'm here. I don't think they care much, but I did log a mission with them some time ago.
Does anybody expect you to find anything here? I assume if this temple had major significance, they would have sent more than just you out. No offense for whatever talents you may have.
Just because you say no offense doesn't mean I won't take offense. But
I simply mean that in times of war like this, anything that could potentially have a use for combat would have greater forces out to recover such things.
well, that's just it. There's nothing of use for combat here. The Jedi Bendu were a peaceful order.
Just
But
because
even
one
setting all that aside, they don't expect me to find anything. No, they've tried to get into the temple before, but it was, as you saw, quite sturdily locked, and we've never had the foresight to bring lightsabers here.
Kyle just kind of blinking goes, seriously?
Do you know how hard it is to find a lightsaber on the black market? I mean, the completely legitimate markets that I shop at.
I'm surprised the Jedi's never decided to come down here and explore the temples themselves. Force users tend to have a habit of trying to hoard whatever history they can find for whatever edge in the battle of the dark side versus light.
The professor shrugs and says, "Well, I can't tell you why not, only that, as far as I can tell, they haven't. As you saw, the temple doors were quite sealed." And as he says that, we get like a camera shot of him standing in the entrance hallway. We see him face forward, and behind him the two huge stone slabs just creak, thoom, shut.
Hmm.
Oh, damn it, I had to say something.
I'm
Well-
sure we can get them open simply by reversing what we did to open them the first time.
Yes. Besides,
Maybe if you try pulling, using your lightsabers and pulling.
Besides, my business with the doors is not yet concluded. I'll give the stink eye to the doors.
I don't think that's a battle you're going to win, Cal.
I would like to pinch Cal's ear. Come on.
Right. I know optimism is unbecoming, but I do hope we are the first to find something very useful here.
Just gonna shrug a little bit. I mean, possibly. Do I learn anything interesting, I suppose, having, spent some time looking around in this,
Yeah, once
area?
you clear out a bunch of dust and cobwebs off of the murals, you see what must be some sort of cleansing ritual embossed upon the wall. It shows several supplicants approaching a fountain and washing their faces in it before proceeding through a great set of arched doors. What horrible noise was that?
Interesting. I think it was just DCI hitting his mic.
Sorry.
There also appear to be noises in the background for you, Savin.
Yes, Tasha has a very large bone and is flailing it around like a mace.
Good go. Good Tasha. Now bite saving.
Yeah, it's like the size of one of her legs.
Good
It's
stuff.
full of cheese and bacon.
That sounds pretty good. I
It
would like
does.
cheese and bacon.
Alright, Tasha, you're gonna have to move your stupid head. There you go. Good girl.
So, statues do seem to have a tendency so far of giving instructions. Should we follow these ones?
What are the possible directions we can travel in, Savin?
North and south. Deeper in and back out the way you came, respectively.
So there's just one
Yeah,
door. Let's go
Yep,
in.
just the
and-
one. For now.
Washing ritual it is then.
I do have my carbine ready to go just in case.
We did waterproof
We-
your circuits, didn't we?
Yes?
All right,
course.
just making sure.
Just don't dunk me in the lake. Rain is fine.
All right. I'll step up as guinea pig again and try to. What did you say the carvings on the wall said to do?
They just approach the fountain and, cup water up to their face and wash themselves.
Heck,
I will
might-
shrug and do it.
yeah, I might as well.
I mean, my face is already is already pretty fucked up. If it's acid, I'll be fine. If it's
I'm
acid,
going to
I'll
assume
just-
it's not acid, or otherwise well played, Savin. Really buried the lead on that one.
No, see, I saved that kind of bullshit for 70.
Yeah.
All
I'm
right,
still waiting for the Jedi Temple mimics.
All right, let's balance out the face.
Look, there can't.
No, shut up.
No,
Cat.
no. The moment that you, the moment
I know,
that
I'm
you
not
think
saying-
that there
I'm not-
can't
I'm not-
possibly be any is when
I'm
it
not.
happens.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm not finishing that sentence.
But
As long as you learn.
Lulesh and Cal both wash their faces, and a moment later you hear a resounding thum 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 from the northern door.
Yeah, neat. There you go. Well done, Cal.
I wonder if this isn't telling for what the Jedi Bendu were like. Could they be a very ritualistic and strict people? Might we have to do this to traverse the entirety of their temple?
Possibly, if this is all one gigantic walking ritual of cleansing ye goodness, which is what it's starting to look like, I wouldn't be surprised if that's the way to get through.
I don't think that me or Vito have to do it. We are not organic. We don't have any kind of force presence.
Vito
It should
will
just be
make a little
fine.
Creep and hide behind H1's leg. Like, don't put water on me, bro.
Don't talk to me, bro. It'll be fine. It probably only takes the two force cats to... Yeah, whatever. Let's go.
All right.
Let's head in deeper.
Onward march. Onward to adventure.
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 Alright. And so the party proceeds down a relatively short hallway to another set of doors. These ones are already open, probably tied to the ones you just came through. Though on the way you see that there are a great many carvings on the walls of this hallway, displaying what must be a feast in progress. Maybe 100 of these robed Jedi Bendu figures sitting at tables, enjoying fine wines from large goblets and partaking of
Oh shit, is that
foods.
Jesus?
Yeah, it's very much like a Last Supper writ large upon the walls.
Spoilers, Jesus was a Jedi Bendu. He was the first.
I mean, he looked like a Jedi. Have you seen the man? Fucking Obi-Wan
Yes.
Kenobi there. But now you enter into a great hall at the end of this corridor, one that reminds you very much of the carvings you just passed. Now that you've learned to look, you see a single long trestle table stretching from one end to the other, and somehow, some way, there's a great banquet laid out upon it. You see wine in goblets. There is meat and fish and vegetables and fruits laid out upon trays in the center of the table. And there are even places set.
Ooh.
A mighty 5 of them.
Well, let's settle down
Wait,
and have ourselves a quick. What?
this
Sorry.
does make me suspicious. This is obviously the work of the Force.
Then
Sorry,
why are
guys,
you
there-
suspicious?
There's 24 different senators to vote for. It's very
It's fun.
confusing. All right. We're deep in the thing. We found a table full of food, right?
Yep.
Right?
Is there a pale man sitting at the end? That's
Nope.
my question.
There's no one here but you guys. No sound but your footsteps. And the distant crashing of water upon the lake.
Cool. Well, I'm probably feeling a lot more refreshed now and ready to fucking roll. I would like to settle down at this table with at whichever meal looks most appetizing to me.
So, how is this here? I mean,
It's most likely. Well, my theory is it's most likely some sort of Force illusion. All of our minds are being affected by the temple, but I can't sense anything. At least not immediately.
Do I also see the food?
Oh yeah.
Huh.
Vito will like come up and poke one of the little like slabs of pork with a mechanical manipulator.
Well, that kills that theory.
It
Fuck
appears
yeah.
to be solid.
I mean, it could be the work of sorcery instead of illusion. You know, that
Sorcery.
works.
Sorcery?
Rituals.
Oh, you mean like alchemy?
No. Like a group of people who get together and go through a ritual, and then that makes force stuff happen. Right? I'm not crazy here, am I? I will squint at Cal. Oh, right, yeah. Limited edition action. I used to hear that, you know, big fancy Jedi and Sith could stand in a great big circle, say a bunch of fancy mumbo jumbo words like, you know, old hollow flick wizards, and fucking bam. Basically, magic happens. And maybe we're doing that by going through the process of a ritual, which has been laid out for us before on these walls. That and this smells really good. So come on, guys. I don't want to start without anyone sitting down.
That's crazy
That'd be
talk.
rude.
That's crazy talk just on the basis of Sith and Jedi coming together.
Not together, just that they have their own ones. I never said together. So that each of them know how to do them. I think.
Right.
Anyway, come on. She'll pat one of the chairs. Sit your butt down.
I'll give a worried look back to damn it, Starrick.
Starrick?
Yeah, I'll give a worried look back to Starrick. Is like, do you trust this?
there's definitely some weird mumbo jumbo with this.
And it's exciting.
I mean, sure, but should have gone bad by now. Shouldn't even be there by now.
Yeah, a simple test. I'll take a bite out of the food first. If it's poison, I'll have the best chance of fighting it off. And if I don't, well, we have a
1
dark.
second. Please pay attention to this ritual. It shows all of the people present eating and drinking and making merry. So don't just go eating before everyone's, you know, sat down and gotten comfy at least. That's why I'm being patient. Even this looks really good. Come on.
What if it's poison?
We don't have to start eating, but wait for us to get, you know, laid up. Ritual. Hello.
All right.
I feel like I'm repeating myself like a lot, and it's because I am.
The professor will sit down next to you.
Well, sit down at least.
Cal.
I already said I was sitting down.
And Doctor.
Sorry, I'm reading up on 2 incumbents for the senator. Yes, I'll do that. I'm almost done, I swear.
All right, just always vote against the incumbents. That's how that works.
Well, the incumbent is Republican.
Did the person you're voting for enforce or sell you out your information to
Oh, you're talking actual politics.
No, yeah. The joke
or
is,
vote against net neutrality?
yeah. The joke is Saban told me to vote against the incumbent, and the incumbent is a Republican, and I'm not.
You can always vote for a different Republican.
No, there's only one. I can write in, but the other Republican wouldn't win. It's only one.
Just always vote for Ron Paul. There you go. Just write him out every time.
Ron Paul. Okay. Yeah, but he's not that great. Used to be a huge Ron Paul fanboy, believe it or not.
Shush you all.
All right. Anyway, so everyone sits down. There are 4 dishes surrounding a large decanter of wine. There is a plate of fish, a plate of meat, what looks like some sort of pork adjacent substance. There's a plate of vegetables and a plate of fruits.
Look back up to the wall. Is there any particular order it seems to be that the food is being eaten?
Make a knowledge roll or a xenoarchaeology roll, if applicable.
So, Scout, you want to look up and see if there's any order of the foods being eaten?
Sure. Can I do the usual garner a bunch of advantage?
I think you can get 1 advantage from the professor, but I don't think anyone else is an archaeologist.
I mean, how much of archaeology do you need to read pictures? Come on, man.
Bam.
Alright, so Lesh quickly realizes that it's not, in fact, an order of operations here. Through a bit of careful scrutiny, you realize that the pictured figures from back in the hall were only eating fruits and vegetables. They had no meats or fish.
Oh,
They're vegetarians.
the
Now I
pork
know.
looks so good.
Yeah, I mean, there's a steaming pork and grilled fish. It just smells heavenly.
Now I know why they're called Jedi Bendu.
Yeah, 'cause no fun allowed.
Anyway, then. Sure, I'll help serve everyone's meal, their vegetarian, fruit-based meal up. Were they still drinking the wine?
Yes.
At least they aren't complete savages. I tease.
Well, well, I guess that's a question.
What?
I was about to say, what if there's alien races that can only eat protein? And then it's just like, well, Jedi are mostly humans, so fuck.
I mean, anything can be anything, and anything can do anything. Pretty sure your mama only eats protein. Oh.
Oh.
And fruit for watermeloning someone.
And then you just have to take it a step too far.
Mm-hmm. I realized when it only got like a totally neutral response, I was like, I didn't go far enough. My bad. One moment. I'll fix that.
I feel like a Yo Mama joke doesn't ever really merit a response.
Just from your mama. Regardless, then. Yeah, you're welcome to take the first bite, but then assuming nothing bad starts happening, then I will be digging in and joining in.
I will take the first bite of the no fun salad.
Alright. It tastes like a leaf.
1 second, guys. I'm just gonna role play along here. Just cut into my food here. Just food.
Damn,
So yeah, does everybody take themselves a bite?
Tastes like a leaf.
Yep.
I at least don't sense any poison, other than the poison of a vegetarian diet. but that's benign at best.
Yeah, benign,
Yeah.
benign and a half.
Alright, so once everyone takes at least a bite of salad and fruit, and then at least a sip of wine, you hear a faint rumbling from nearby, and two sections of wall slide open, revealing more passageways to the north and to the east.
I'm starting to realize what this might be.
And what do you think it is?
A training hall of sorts. The Jedi and Sith both use temples to test the Padawans. Well, apprentices in Sith speak, yada yada yada.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But this might be a test of sorts to make sure that the Jedi Bendu had new people who were following their ways. Although the fact that the instructions are laid out so bare for everybody to see kind of contradicts that.
I mean, I still stand by the idea that this is actually one big ritual, and that's what everyone does.
And the professor will nod and say, if this is a training hall, I don't think this is part of the training process. I think this is some sort of preparation, perhaps, a ritual, like Lilesh said. Though that doesn't discount the possibility that we will find the trials within.
I hope the trials are nothing so dastardly as having to eat more vegetarian meals.
Yes, truly the most horrific of foes, the professor will say as he stabs a little tomato.
Cat will shudder and move on. Well, we might as well get going.
Of course. Shall we?
No more.
Yep, onwards and inwards.
Alright, which way? North or east?
Oh, right. There was two different ways it opened up this time.
Let's check this. Can you describe the two entrances?
Yeah, sure. They are both stone archways that lead into short tunnels. The eastern one seems much shorter, maybe just 10 feet long before it hits not another stone door, but a curtain, while the passage to the north seems maybe like 50 feet long and has more of the same pictographs along it.
Sure, let's check the small room first.
Wait. This is the Jedi we're talking about. Jedi Bendu, but more Jedi than anything else. Knowing them, they probably want us to take the hall that looks like it's going to be longer, more arborous. Some metaphor about how taking shortcuts is inappropriate.
Oh my gosh.
But just to make sure, I want to just see which one has the strongest sense of force in it. So I'll roll sense check.
Okay.
Cal's forcism is starting to encroach on my neutrality and my freedoms.
You sound like a proper American.
You detect no significant force presence to the east, but everywhere there is at least a latent sense of the force permeating this place, as you would expect. It seems marginally stronger to the north.
Still think the north is the way we should head.
But the east will be a much shorter process to explore. So we might as well take a little bit of a sidetrack before we continue on the main route. It wouldn't be there and available for us to pass through if it would disrupt things.
I suppose no one else has any objections.
I want to look at all the stuff. I would like to see all the stuff before we reach the end and then inevitably have to run from a boulder.
Why would we have to run from a boulder?
Trust me. Then I'll glance to the professor and sagely nod with him. It's archaeologist stuff.
Yeah, he will return your nod. So, Lesh starts heading off to the east. Cal, are you going to follow or strike off on your own?
I'll follow.
Okay.
Oh wait, real quick. I've been
Hmm?
too quiet. I'll make sure that H1 is following and is okay.
Of course.
All right.
I'm following. I am using my hollow projector as a flashlight, and I have my carbine just in case there's a some kind of secret monster around here that's been buried for millions of years and is hungry for the flesh of the living.
Aw, H1's ready to shoot something. That's adorable.
Interesting sense of the adorable, but alright. So, it's a short trip to the curtain, and when you approach it, you realize that the smell of food from back in the Great Hall is only getting more and more potent, more concentrated, like walking into a great kitchen.
Oh, neat.
And as you brush aside the curtain, you see that that is just what this is. There are stone and clay stoves and kilns in here, but they're being tended to by someone, or rather, something.
Cthulhian monster, shoot it!
Elbow.
So yeah, there is a droid inside, a very old-looking model. It has a humanoid, vaguely torso and arms, but it's rolling around on tracks, and its head is only... Oh, my dog just took a big pee on my floor. Okay, I'll be right back.
Go
Oh,
fix
j-
that.
Good job, Tasha.
Oh.
Oh dear.
Yeah, like I'm saying in Gen Chat, I've been I read about it on Tumblr and I didn't believe them, so I actually did like research on it, went to like scientific journals. The modern American accent has actually changed pretty much nil from the original English one. It's the English one that changed a lot over the past 200 years.
Mm-hmm.
That means us
I think it was
Americans-
called the Great Vowel Shift.
That means
Well,
us-
remember we get our remember American education. We get our news way later than everyone else. So I only recently found out about this within the last month or so, and I kind of dismissed it. But the
means us-
American and the American and Canadian accent is actually closer to almost exactly the same as the original English accent.
that
If
means us
that's how it is, I wonder if Canadian French is more accurate to the old French than the French
Well,
French.
I will tell you the
That would make sense.
because there is a subdialect of Spanish that's spoken in particularly New Mexico, and it's a tiny bit different than Mexican Spanish, but Mexican Spanish and New Mexico Spanish is considered like it'd be like if I went up to DCL and asked him how is thou doing today, mine good sir?
I said the fuck
And
nigga.
yeah, and this and because I remember we had a Spanish, Spanish from Spain exchange student who came over, and he was in my senior class, and he would always giggle to himself whenever my buddies like Tito and stuff like that would start talking, because it was basically like really formal, like Middle English.
That means us Americans have been right all along. Yeehaw!
Well, we tend to preserve things. We preserved the original English accent with very little devolution from that, and we still haven't changed from imperial measurements.
Okay, I'm back. Stupid dog.
Welcome.
Thank God, spare me from this terribly awful conversation.
How is it? Oh, I hate you. This was
No, I'm-
actually interesting, you jerk.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm a writer. I already find language incredibly banal and uninteresting.
Oh, whatever. It was interesting to me from an historical point of view. I see how it is, you jerk.
Scout was just mad because her British is wrong. It's scientifically wrong.
No, my British is evolved and
Well-
correct. You know that
Oh
old
my
joke
god,
about
children, no.
Yeah.
You don't get to say you don't want to be in this conversation and then last word it.
Well, look,
Yeah.
listen, that fucker tried to bait me, and I climbed headfirst into it. Because he's a
And on,
cunt.
and on top of that,
Fishing roded.
the
All right.
accent
Anyway,
was- okay.
So inside the kitchen, you come across this vaguely humanoid drone on a set of tracks, and it is currently doing exactly what you would expect it to be doing in a kitchen. It is cooking.
Where is it getting?
I'll go fetch the empty plates and stuff so I can clean them.
Okay. Yeah.
H1
Seems only polite.
Go
H1,
and bring the plates in here, and there's a little sink and a rack.
Yeah, I'll gently rinse them off and place them in the sink for him to clean later.
H1,
Polite enough.
do you recognize this model?
I do actually. Hang on, I can make a knowledge technology roll.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you don't know the specific model, but you can immediately tell this is a very, very old primitive droid. It probably has only the most basic intelligence and personality matrices, and it's so old, in fact, that it probably is too technologically primitive to walk on two legs, since it's treads.
I will walk over and give the old droid a pat on the head.
Right.
You're doing a good job.
It beeps a cordial thanks in binary.
That's weird. It's spoken binary.
It is a very old, very, very old model of droid. It lacks a personality. Is more akin to a drone.
Well, we aren't talking about an ancient race. It's more surprising to find that their technology works rather than lack of technology.
As you're saying that, the droid sweeps over and picks up the dishes off of the rack and carries them over to the sink. It does this intense 10-second scrubbing ritual over each of them, and then sets them aside next to the stove.
Though honestly, that doesn't explain how the food's been preserved.
Where are the ingredients coming from?
It could actually be some kind of ancient fabricator. That would be one hell of a find if it's not some kind of ridiculous force mumbo jumbo.
Is that something we even have today?
No. We do not have the ability to fabricate things. This is not Star Trek. But it was entirely possible that it was actually doable in the past, because that's how sci-fi works.
That's
Everyone
how
knows
Star
ancient
Wars works.
civilizations. Everyone knows.
I mean,
ancient
let's face it,
civilizations were more
Stephen. It's in a lot of fucking sci-fi. And you know
True,
it.
but
It's not a Star
specifically
Wars.
Star Wars just goes backwards in technology
It
every
does,
single
yeah.
time.
Yeah. It could be some kind of Gree architecture. It could be older than the Gree.
Well,
Don't even get me started on the Gree. You know nothing of the Crunch.
I suppose this is just a kitchen.
I would like to take a look around with a quick perception, see if there's anything delightfully interesting and unusual.
Sure,
you mean to
guys can
say
make a
you're trying to
collective perception check.
What do you mean to say you're trying to find the alcohol collection?
No, we already had a nice wine. Alesha's not that heavy of a drinker unless she's, going deep into the cut on force powers.
Would you like some of what I brought
Or,
along?
or
Yesterday
have
was a
been- or
really
have been
great
spending
year.
a very long time
Oh.
cooped up on a ship. Sorry. I was talking over you. I apologize.
I mean, I've heard you have made that joke twice.
I made that joke like first of all, I made that joke 5 sessions ago. Second of all, if you've seen MASH, they make that joke every other episode. It's recurring. Leave me alone.
Which joke?
Recycle everything, including jokes.
Yes, that was a very good year.
Yesterday was a very good year. It's from MASH. And I'm playing a doctor, so it counts.
It does count. That is fair. Yeah, no, I mean, we don't actually need. You don't need to be drinking ship swill. We specifically spent money to make sure that like nice alcohol was in the ship.
Mm-hmm.
It was also a really fucking useful bribe at one point.
But yes, you spend some time searching around, and indeed, you don't find like a pantry or anything in here. You don't see any way for ingredients to be getting in here. But as you're watching, the droid pulls out on a big, like, metal spatula out of the stove a set of new pork roasts and places them each onto a plate.
Oh, goddamn.
And then it zips over to a very unremarkable section of the floor, just one corner that doesn't have anything in it, and it just sort of stands there for a moment with a giant metal spatula stuck out in front of it.
I wonder what it's doing.
Is there anything about that spatula, or is that just this droid's "I'm done now and I'm standing here" spot?
All right. Real quick, where are we? Are we still?
We're in a little
we're-
kitchen just off to the
right.
east of this table.
We are right here.
Yeah. In fact, let me grab a party token here. Let's see, what was I
Yeah,
using?
saying we are right here. Oh, okay. I was zoomed in pretty quick, pretty severely. I just
Did
had
you
like
not
our
see the-
yeah. I did not see all the way over to the right. I just had our party centered in the middle.
Yeah, me too.
I must admit, Lilash, I don't find the digging through a prehistoric, or at
You
least
nerds.
ancient, no, a ancient kitchen very intriguing.
I wonder
Well-
why it's cooking some more stuff already.
Well, maybe we'll get a meal when we're out of it, and we're allowed to eat meat when the ritual's complete.
You obviously don't know
That's
the Jedi.
all. Maybe we've got company on the way.
Possibly.
I'm going to go over to the oven and open it up.
Okay. It is
look
like a
inside.
clay oven with a simple, like, brass covering that you can open and close. There's a goodly fire raging inside, and at first you think, well, where do they get kindling? But as you look inside, you can see it's just created by a gas line.
Sure.
And there's nothing inside it right now, but there's several racks inside for various objects to be placed on.
I mean, interesting.
I mean, I suppose in a sense.
Are there cabinets?
In the oven or just in the kitchen?
Just in the kitchen.
Yeah, there are cabinets, but there's nothing
What's-
particularly interesting in them when you take a peek. Just some more goblets and plates.
There are no cookable materials.
All right, then. I'm going to go back with the original assumption of craziest force magic.
And
Always
like
the
as
same.
you say that, you guys turn away from the oven, and you can see the droid is like slowly turning around. It's having to do like a 3-point turn. And as it does so, you notice that it has a big lump of raw meat on the front of its spatula. And it trundles
Sweet!
over to the oven and just bloop, plugs it in.
Where did it?
That's pretty cool.
I've decided that I don't like the Jedi Bendu
Why?
because they
This is
keep
the
taunting
coolest
us.
shit.
They are taunting us with meat.
That meat.
Look, it's fine. Well, after the ritual stuff is done and we're all, cleansed, then we can come back and enjoy tasty meats. It'll be the best.
I would like to take a look at the corner that the droid was sitting in.
Wait. H1, stand where he was and then put your hand out.
I'm
in
going
the
to
same place where his
I will,
spatula was.
I will sling my carbine and just go up to the corner and just like hold out my hands.
Yeah, Vito will do the same thing, but with one of his little manipulator arms. And indeed, there's a very, very faint pneumatic, and from the ceiling, a big, like, round chunk of pork loin just splats into your hand.
there appears to be a pressure
Oh my
sensor in the
God.
floor. That is
They've got a
sensing
meat
our-
ceiling.
Yes. The pressure sensor in the floor triggers the trapdoor above us. There is meat coming from the ceiling.
I'm very excited to look into the mystery of the meat ceiling later.
I will go over to the droid and I will present the meat to the droid.
It will rotate on its treads and just like scoop it out of your hand on its spatula and plug it into the oven.
Yeah. But no one would go to waste. Okay. Well then, I'll give the droid a thumbs up and thank it for the hard work, and then I guess we got to continue on.
Return.
Back up to the north.
I will be back ceiling, and I will have your delicious rewards.
You just press your mouth up to the meat hole and have someone keep stamping on the button. Ah!
So, which one of you is the last to leave?
Probably not Cal.
I think look, we had like set up so this was the order we were walking in most of the time.
Was it?
Oh yeah, we did
that
make
makes
a march
sense.
order.
Okay. Yeah. So, Ivy,
Yeah.
as you are turning to leave, you feel a tug on the back of your. What are you wearing? Like a doctor's smock or something?
I
Yeah,
Spandex
your-
sex suit.
I am wearing a bodysuit I got
You get a
poured
little,
into.
you get a little
All right.
slap
With
on
a
the
You
little-
butt.
did get that back. Okay.
Oh yes.
Yeah,
I wasn't even wrong.
I've got a little little medics patch. That's about it. Little medics patch in the bodysuit. It's pretty great.
Hot.
When DCL.
Okay. So in that case, you feel a pinching on your butt through the material.
All right. I will look over my shoulder.
And there is Mr. Meat Droid. He is standing behind you,
that his sex
staring
name?
at you with his two little tiny laser eyes. And in his hands, you see a wrapped up parcel.
I will take it and thank him.
Yeah. As soon as you say thank you, it will beep back at you in binary and trundle away.
Well, the who really wanted the meat? I think it was Cal, right?
Cal wants the secrets of the meat wall, but does not trust in the trickery of the temple.
Hey, Cal. The droid gave me this. I assume you'll want it. Is it warm or cold? What is it?
It is warm.
It feels rather warm. Might be the meat you were looking for.
I'll give it a quick unwrap just to see what it is.
Alright, yeah. Inside is like a set of like well cut meat. It's like maybe 20 slices of pork loin.
I may hate the Bendu, but once again I find kinship with droids. I'll pocket the meat for later.
Delicious pocket meat.
Delicious pocket meat.
Alright.
What's up with the cat? Oh, I
Gross.
forgot that he left a pork loin in his sleeves.
Why did he have it? No, never mind.
Why don't you have a
You,
pork loin?
I mean, you heard the phrase meat sleeve?
Only when I'm watching certain porn, but no. Other than that.
Dirty
Alright.
girl H1. So yeah, you guys return to the Great Hall unmolested, and see before you the north and south passages.
We go to the north.
Alright. So as you begin going north, you once again see that there are many pictograms on the wall, but this time they're all just staring at you. 20 or 30 Jedi Bendu faces, largely obscured by their masks, save for large eyes staring out from beneath the hoods, and they look at you with disquieting intensity.
I feel like they're judging me for my pocket meat.
Don't worry about it.
This is
Let's
only
see here.
slightly as creepy as home.
Great. I recommend we bow to them politely as we pass on through.
Not a bad idea, I suppose. I guess I'll stand up and give a bow. Seems fitting. I don't know.
Okay.
I can't wait for one of them to have like a Scooby-Doo eye move moment. It's going to be the best.
I think my favorite comic from like a fan comic of Scooby-Doo, is just like, over the years we've refined our methods, and Fred pulls out a revolver and shoots the poster in between the eyes, and then they just it's Shaggy and Scoob pulling out a corpse, and Fred just, that will be $10,000.
It's a good scheme right there.
Well,
I miss the old Scooby-Doo with such great things as Shaggy slowly turning into a werewolf so they have to win a death race. That was pretty good.
The
Scooby-Doo.
90s were a beautiful, magical time.
Scooby-Doo was weird. All right, so Cowl's bowing. Is anybody else bowing?
Yeah, I'm gonna politely bow to them as I go by from each one. Make sure each of them gets a look in the eyes and a polite bow.
Honestly, it might not be that. This seems like, well, never mind. I'm surely at this point that I'm just being paranoid. We've gone on this long.
I mean, paranoia is good and all, but also it is ever so teensily starting to grate on me how the very first thing you say is, well, they're this type of force user, so they're obviously something blah blah blah. This is exciting, Cal. Enjoy it.
Alright, so the two Force users bow. Does anyone else?
The Jedi will never not be the fun police.
I'm gonna see what the professor does.
He is currently just staring at the carvings and, like, trying to copy them into his notebook.
Dude, I took photos for that.
I am currently recording our progress.
He looks at you with a dour expression and says, "You're no fun at all. No respect for tradition." And keeps
I mean, you
scribbling.
write stuff in, but you do it from the photos later, because you gotta... Look, okay, so last time I stood around taking pictures, like, writing about everything that I saw and sketching it out, another fucking group, like, sauntered right past me, and then BAM!
Well,
they
something
can finish away
tells
from
me that whatever other groups are on this planet don't have an extra pair of lightsabers hanging around, so I think we'll be fine. But fine, very well. And he will tuck his notebook into his jacket and give a formal bow to the wall.
When he says lightsaber, Cal will turn around with some meat in his mouth. Well,
Yeah. If I'll follow the party's lead and bow and stuff.
Okay. So I believe everybody has now bowed to the carvings except for H1. Vito's probably exempt from that since he doesn't have knees.
I will bow.
Okay. You have bowed at the wall.
Oh.
The wall is humbled by your deep respect of tradition.
better be. H1's a princess, damn it.
Yeah. H1 is the party mascot, I feel.
H1 is the
Right
droid
after
princess.
Super Spy, of course.
Beep boop.
Super Spy is not a mascot. He's the bringer of the end.
Yeah, it's
We
true.
should
He's
really-
actually the mastermind. I'm a robot
should-
that he's piloting.
We should have him painted onto the side of the ship
Oh my gosh. It
with
needs
an
to be like
explosion
with...
behind him.
Yeah. Yeah, explosions, flames,
So yeah,
big balloon letters.
we all bow to the dour eyes. Has anything happened?
Nope.
Hmm.
How
Guess we-
long does it go down this hallway for? Like, what are we looking at the end of it?
It's probably like 50 feet to the next room.
Okay. And it's just a similar door to the other ones that's there waiting for us at the back there?
It looks like it from this distance.
Continue on forwards, I guess, and see if
Wait.
there's some kind of...
Let me walk
What?
forward, just in case.
Okay. I'm like trying to do saving the one credit that he's not gonna fuck with us all session long with that bullshit again. Like just this one time. So that then when I bumble headfirst into a dumb trap that I'm like, fucking save him.
Try to give Saban too much credit.
Yeah.
Alright.
One credit is too much credit.
So here's the thing. He gets off on the paranoia aspect of it.
Yeah, I'm just well no, I feel like he
DCL
just does it
acting
because he can.
out the paranoia, that's gonna satisfy Saban without actually having the traps. You're going to make the traps happen, Scout. It's on you. It's all you.
I continue forward without a care in the world.
This fucking DM reverse psychology here.
Yeah, no, I do. Yeah, I don't contribute to this at all. I'm gonna pretend I didn't
I'm
hear
paranoid
it.
because that's in character. Fuck y'all.
Alright. So Cal walks to the end of the hall, falls into a pit, and is consumed by a gelatinous cube. No, he gets
So
to the
what
end
is
of
it you
the
wanted to
hall.
play after Star Wars?
He gets to the end of the hall, and the door, now that you get there, you can see that it actually has handles on it.
Oh, neat.
And underneath each of the handles is a tiny little mirror, maybe 2 inches on a side.
Yeah, what are you doing?
What is in the mirror's reflection naturally? If we were to be stood behind that mirror, like, what kind of level are we looking at here?
If you were to look from the mirror's perspective, it would just see the hallway and all these creepy-ass eyes staring at it.
I'd like to crouch down and stare into the mirrors.
Okay. So you crouch down and stare into the mirrors for a moment.
Gaze too long in the mirrors gaze onto you.
Yeah, and they are quite mystifying. You're very pretty today, Lilash.
Oh, shucks. Hmm.
Never seen meals on the door handle before.
I don't know. I will try and gently open the door.
Okay, the door opens.
Oh, I'll be.
Yeah, that's right. You learned your lesson from the first one door. I see how it is.
God, if this were D&D, I would put the fucking Big T talking door in here so fast you have no fucking idea.
No, it's just the door becomes a prismatic wall.
Alright, so yeah, the door opens, and inside you see... Well, you see everything and nothing, over and over and over again. It takes your eyes a moment to adjust, to parse what's in front of you, but you stand in a room probably 8 sides, and each is covered floor to ceiling with a great mirror that distorts and reflects your image back upon yourself.
Wait, sorry, can I have that description again?
You are in an 8-sided room. Each side, each wall has a mirror upon it from ceiling to floor that reflects and distorts your image.
Is my scar getting more noticeable?
Are the little mirrors on that door, like, movable in any kind of way?
No.
I don't know, Cal, but my tits look huge in this one.
They do look particularly buxom. That's strange.
And over here, my hair looks purple. What? Why would anyone put this anywhere? Why? You guys are Force users. Why would you do this?
Cal will just shrug. They had us.
To fuck with the muggles, obviously.
Let
I'm
us
going
open
to
the
shine my
door.
light directly into the mirrors.
Alright,
Frigging
it is
space
blinding.
wizards, man.
And in this moment when everyone is blinded by H1 just directly laser beaming a mirror with a flashlight, there's a long moment's sort of clearing of the eyes, and then Ivy, you feel a tightness on your chest.
Oh crap!
Are you being groped?
Yes. It takes a moment for your dazzled mind to realize it, but yeah, you're just being groped from behind by a big pair of hands right on your chest.
Just gonna slowly turn my head. Am I even double blind because I have dark vision?
Yes, you are
I'm
blinded
sorry
by
to-
getting a laser beam in the eyeballs.
I'm shooting myself in the foot here, but yeah, I have dark vision. I assume this is even worse for me.
It's probably a little worse, but not like mechanically disabling you or anything. But no, so you look, and in the mirror you can't see anything, but when you turn around in your molester's grasp, you see a familiar shape, a familiar face. One that
Me
looks...
again! Haha!
It's your dad! Ha
Oh.
Complex!
So it is indeed a familiar red face,
No, I wasn't
with
serious.
a wicked smile writ upon crimson lips.
That's your sister. Oh no. Yeah, there it
And
is.
you
Oh,
see
no.
a figure in pitch black robes standing behind you, her reddish orange eyes affixed to yours. A double-bladed lightsaber hangs at her hip, and her great high heels click menacingly across the stone floor as she takes a step forward, almost pressing herself into you, and says, "My sister, I've been expecting you."
I have the strangest boner.
Little one, are you all right? You do know they're after you.
Of course, they're always after me. That's why I found sanctum here, in this ancient temple. You have no idea how delighted I was to hear that you and your friends, and she'll sort of cast a predatory look towards Dark. Yeah, you all see this. You all see
Oh.
a pureblood Sith, like actual Sith warrior, pacing around Ivy. And yeah, she shoots Stark a predatory glance with her eyes when she says friends, and then slowly turns her attention to H1. And yeah, the one will just come up and she will put a finger on the barrel of your carbine and say, "So rude. Sister, you must teach your friends manners."
You shouldn't fault them. They're rather jumpy.
This
What happened? Well, I got exiled, mom and dad disappeared, you vanished off into the outer rim? I've been trying to find out what happened, and when I tried, I got tortured.
She casts her eyes down a moment before turning on you, eyes blazing, and says, "I was disbarred from the Sith Order. Why, you might ask? Because I refused to go through with my final objective, the last command of my master."
Let me guess, killing your sister?
She just gives you a toothy grin and says, "Yes, and now we've all suffered for it."
To be honest, you're rather lucky they simply kicked you out. Most of the time they would just simply execute the apprentice who failed to heed their master's orders.
You don't cross a Rokan court like that. That's not how Sith politics works.
From my understanding, Sith politics often works at the end of a lightsaber hilt.
So,
Except when we have armies.
so your sister says, "That's what I thought, but they decided that watching you be tortured would be more fitting punishment than my death. But now I've seen the error of my ways. I cared for you too much, sister.
Wait.
It's time to correct my error. And
Stop.
in
I
like the
know.
flick of a wrist,
Ah, for fuck's sake.
Wait a second. Do I know her name? Did
I
she
don't
actually
think
say
it's
it?
ever been mentioned.
Wait. You denied the dark side of the Force for your sister, or once already. You don't need to make that mistake now that you have her. You're free from the Empire's grasp, and you have your sister right in front of you. There's no reason to kill her.
You are never free from the Empire's grasp. Never truly. Not until my sister dies and my family's name is reclaimed.
Don't you see what they're doing to you? They make you kill your sister and have you go back up against the ranks, but they'll never take you as one of their own. They'll simply use you as a puppet. They'll dangle power in front of your face and have you do more monstrosities after monstrosities until they finally rid you.
Okay, his babbling aside, you do know what I've done in the past, little sister. It doesn't need to come down to this. Let us simply kill your master. Take his place. Sure, you can say I died. I'll even give you my hand. I can get a replacement. That's all the proof they need, and you'll have a
So, as you say
power
that,
base to
there's a
start with.
swing of the lightsaber and then a searing pain in your hand, Ivy. You grasp your stump as a mass of red flesh falls limply to the ground, still twitching.
So I assume I need to make a roll to actually be able to talk.
Yeah, I think a strength roll would be appropriate in the wake of having your hand amputated by a lightsaber.
All right.
All right, but I would also like to put in, again, I've been trained to resist torture, and this literally cauterizes all the nerve endings, so it shouldn't be too different from like all the torture I've just been through.
I'd say it's probably equivalent to like getting shot with a blaster. Like, it's not that you're resisting anything. It's just like, can you continue maintaining your composure after blinding pain?
No modifiers.
It'll just be difficulty 10. Yeah, no problem.
Test?
Test.
That was weird. I don't know how
You're
my
weird.
headset got unplugged. But I think it's time for combat at this point.
Zios, why'd you have to be that? Gonna even give me a chance to prepare, could you?
Yeah, so your sister continues to advance,
Yeah, no.
slicing her blade across the ground. And yeah, Cal, what do you want to do?
Yeah, time for violence.
I'm going to shoot.
Okay, shoot.
Oh, do you want to shoot? I might want to start. Oh, okay.
Yeah, make a roll.
Fuck, I duck. I
weird.
drop to
Oh,
the
wait,
ground.
no. Wait. H1.
It's much
It's
too late
too-
for that.
It's
The
too
act-
late. Shit.
Yeah,
Damn it. This is
yeah,
gonna
no,
suck.
I see a gun get pulled over like, fuck, I'm an idiot. And I duck down. I just drop to the ground, flat.
All right. Yeah, so you shoot your blaster and you swear you shot right where this mysterious sister was, but it turns out to just been another mirror reflection. And the bolt gets reflected as well, zipping backwards and forwards, bouncing all around the room. Would everyone please make a dexterity check?
Do I get a bonus for having seen this shit coming a
Yes,
mile
you can
away?
have an extra 1d.
Wait, just a dexterity or an actual
There's a
dodge?
dodge.
Yeah, if you want to make a dodge, I guess that works too. Makes sense in context. Tosh, leave me alone. Jesus.
Does that include myself?
Yeah. I mean, you can absolutely ricochet a bullet right into yourself.
Shoot.
Oh god. How did I roll 6 dice and only get a 14?
Oh dear.
The difficulty's only 10. Oh, Stark. Oh no, baby. Alright, hold on. Tosh, let go of me, please.
Well, at least I am wearing my trooper armor, so...
That is good. Yeah, I'm gonna need you to make an armor resist roll versus 15 damage.
Guess I'll also have to do that to myself.
No, you pass the difficulty. It was just 10.
Oh. Sorry, Starrick.
Oh yeah, you're fine.
Yeah,
you're
you're
just
fine.
stunned. It just you take it right on the breastplate and stagger back for a moment.
Well, I guess once I see H1 make that shot and she not be there, I'll try to lightsaber and guard. Just like put up a defensible position around our poor. God damn it, you lost your hand. Our poor Ivy, and be like, "Don't worry, I understand. I've been there."
Is my hand in fact chopped off?
I
Or was
mean,
that another
there's a
mirage?
stump on your wrist and your hand is twitching on the ground, so
Don't worry, Ivy.
it sure looks like it.
Robot arms are way
I-
cooler, anyways.
Hate this place.
Okay.
What the hell? That what? Save it. Why are you like this?
What the fuck?
Because I'm evil.
I mean, I
That's
keep.
just-
Alright.
That's just mean at this point. Stop
I mean,
bullying me.
No,
No, he bullies everybody. I would know.
it's true.
Can I act again now?
Yeah, everyone can act. Tasha,
Okay.
stop it.
I'm gonna pull my grapple gun out and shoot with that. That, if it hits a mirror, we'll just break it.
I really don't want to break mirrors right now. Can I have another description of this room? Like, not the mirror part of it?
It's just an octagonal room.
And it's just all mirrors in all
Yeah,
directions.
there's a stone ceiling floor. There's, like, the door you came through appears to now be a mirror. You can't see or find it at all. Just everything is mirrors reflected into infinity in each other.
I mean, hell, she's a dark side user, and within very close vicinity. Force. This will be its time for Force Sense.
Yeah,
If-
gotta go as well, I think.
Are we gonna actually start initiative, or are we just still in freeform?
No, I don't think there's any real reason to, unless you guys want to start taking multiple actions a turn. Then we might
I
have
see.
to.
I completely missed self-defense, but how did?
Nice.
No, that was Starrick's roll.
Alright, with a 17, yeah, Stark, you pew, shoot the grappling gun, and rather than hitting a mirror, there's just a vroom of a lightsaber, and your grapple goes careening off to the side and thumps against the floor. And yeah, the Sith woman turns to you with a feral snarl and says, "The rest of you stay out of this if you want to live."
Look, we got blown out of a 200-story building to get this girl back. We're not just gonna let you chop her to pieces.
Wait, I thought Kalesha vanished.
Nope.
I thought this was an illusion. Never mind.
I shot at the mirror, but I didn't actually shoot at her.
Well, you shot at her, but hit a mirror is the
Oh.
the proper play-by-play there. But yeah, same effect.
You're a fool. The dark side is nothing but viciousness and cunning.
Yes, but the dark side is power, and from power I shall find my true purpose. And yeah, does anyone else have something they'd like to do before she advances on Ivy and finishes the job?
Hey, I'm
I would like
literally
to make
right
a perception with my eyes closed to try and detect where she actually is.
I mean, we did make the sense rolls, and we didn't get anything from that yet.
Yes, but yeah, I would like to
Oh,
to close my eyes and try and listen.
Yeah, you both extend your senses, but you can't sense anything at all. Everything is confused, conflicted, wrapping back in on itself.
Yeah, I'm convinced that this isn't real because it's fucking impossible for her to just be here, like literally this is impossible. So, yeah.
Little sister, you never learned anything of true power. And I am going to use one of if I may, use one of my contingencies for fighting force users.
Is it called a stun grenade?
Well, it despite having the force users still have to oftentimes rely on line of sight, and well, I have a gun that does flashbangs.
Oh god damn it!
I already closed my eyes because I could see
and
the
I
fucking
am
shit come
turning
in.
off my visual sensors.
All right. So basically, everyone who isn't Stark is fine.
Could I lobby for Stark? And actually, he's a soldier. He's seen my weapon before, and you know.
And I also do have a helmet.
Okay, that's fine then. Yeah, if you
Yeah.
have a helmet on, then yeah, you can just flick that closed, and yeah, there's a blinding flash, and then when it dissipates, your sister is gone, and your hand, though very very aching, is right back where it should be.
I really, really hate this place.
Well, I was having fun until that fucking happened.
Yeah, well, that, my little sister's not like that. Whatever this distorted reality is, she may be a Sith now, but she was never a slavish follower like that.
Literally wasn't a true Sith, and you're all the better for that.
You don't understand true Sith. True Sith are individualists. My sister embodied that. That was the thing I was most proud of her for. If she didn't want to do something, she'd just kill the person who told her to do it. She wouldn't eventually just buckle under the pressure. It's not like her.
Well, then what's the point of this room? It's supposed to make us confront warped versions of our memories?
Maybe.
point of
Also,
this
DCO, can
room
you
is
stop
to
fucking
be
with
a-
your microphone?
I'm not.
I keep hearing like this constant sound, like a that it comes just from you, like you're clicking onto it or scratching it or tapping plastic or something. And it's
May have-
driving me a little bit casually insane now. That's right, Tasha. It's really annoying.
I may have broke my headset again.
God damn it, DCL! We just
Oh.
bought that.
I know. Give me a second. Let me see if there's something I can't do.
I don't know what this room
Russian
is supposed to do, but I am very annoyed.
With my eyes closed, I would like to try and explore the room's borders.
Eh.
Okay. There are 8 walls. All of them are mirrors.
Okay. And can any of the mirrors move?
Not with the amount of force you're able to exert.
Okay.
Just none.
So the way that the mirrors distort the visions of us is different per person, yes?
It appears to be different per mirror, though.
Sorry, per mirror,
Yeah.
yes.
Well,
So-
apparently showed us a vision of my
Well-
sister being totally psychotic.
Lilash, we might want to find the exit.
I'm working on it. Okay, I want to go through these mirrors then and find out in which ways they are distorted.
Hold on, I gotta put this dog in a box.
Yep.
It's my Tash in a box.
I can only assume it's going to be some kind of situation where we have to, like, either these reflections as a cohesive whole make up one normal person reflection, or we have to create more reflections.
Dog is like,
Or
yay,
we'll
box!
Get a key from it. Or
Just runs inside.
people shouting outside. Fucking drunk fucking cunts.
Ugh.
Yeah, I want to look at each mirror in turn and see if they and see which way each of them is different.
You're never going drinking with the English again. You drink like you don't want to be alive anymore. IT crowd. Wait. High Moo isn't even part of the Force works weird. Do AI count as being living things that contribute to the Force? Because it just seems like these visions wouldn't
Some
work on them.
do.
I guess if you're sufficiently intelligent, the visions will work.
Feel
My,
like-
my suggestion was just have her lead us through the thing, but now that I think about it, she did see the reflection. She did pull up her blaster and shoot. So,
Force, it leads down to a path of madness.
Professor, do you
Right,
have any ideas?
Ah, fuck. The Dai Bendu, they were like, a big peaceful order, right?
I wouldn't really know. They were never really part of my studies.
Well, that's what you were saying earlier, right, Prof?
Yes, and I think I understand your line of thinking, but please, elucidate.
We've got I think we're gonna have to, conjure up our inner darknesses and confront them non-violently.
And that's when you
Uh,
hear Cal turn on his lightsaber and start walking towards a mirror.
No, what are you? Stop it!
I will
Right
break
now.
this room before I have to confront anything from my past.
There. I will tackle this cow if I have to. No.
I don't think you have the strength to tackle me.
I can actually tackle you. Whether it works is another matter. I will not. If I can prevent you from stabbing a mirror, I'm going to prevent you from stabbing a mirror.
Knock him out with your boobs.
Oh no, please no. The weighted boobs.
Yeah.
If anything, it would be an Armika like hip slam.
Wait, but I already confronted my inner darkness, my missing little sister, and I did so with violence.
I mean, you used flash instead of actually shooting.
To be fair, I did try to get her to agree with me. I don't actually want to kill my little sister. She's my little sister. But, wait, so what? We're all supposed to confront our inner demons? I don't...
I mean, the earlier rituals we all had to take part in.
Lilash.
What? Is it like... Is the purpose to come to an inner peace? Because I think that's literally impossible for at least two of us. Myself included.
Lilash.
Yes, cow.
I do not ask much of you. I find it strange for me to ever to make commands of you. If you do not find an exit to this room, I'm going to destroy it.
Then fucking sit there with your eyes closed in the very, very middle of the room and wait. And hopefully, if enough of us do this, then we don't have to. Okay?
5 minutes.
Alright then. I'm going to look into each mirror individually.
Okay. So it's almost like carnival mirrors, each of them just twisting at you with a trick of glass, except for one, you quickly realize. One that simply turns you upside down.
Okay.
Otherwise, they each are just mirrors with slightly different glass.
Sure. I will touch each.
Alright, you touch the mirrors. They all have your little handprints on them now.
See, were you doing anything in particular when weird shit happened to you?
I was just standing there and admiring my distorted hourglass.
We'll
I-
look to that mirror in particular and bounce a few times.
Alright.
I wasn't
Boing,
thinking
boing.
about my sister at all.
Sure you weren't.
I wasn't.
Look, I won't judge. It's fine. And she look cute.
I mean,
Cal-
she really is. She should have gone on and done other things rather than go off and just become all growly.
Fair enough.
Cal will actually take the advice Lila said and sit in the middle of the room and try to meditate.
Yeah. So things
Alright.
are all currently jumbled. What happens if each of us looks in a mirror? Or if none of us look at a mirror? If we all close our eyes?
So while you're debating that course of action in your head, Cal, you feel a hand on your shoulder.
Oh boy, here comes another one.
Everyone, I'm going to say this once and only once. Please stay very far away from me.
What's on his who's got their hand on his shoulder?
You can't see anything.
Don't never open your eyes. It's fine. Just don't open your fucking eyes.
Cal just tries harder to close his eyes shut.
Yep. You know
Little
what?
brother,
Oh,
open your eyes. Come on then.
Whoever you are, you're not real. You're just a part of my imagination. I'm not paying attention to you.
Not real? Is that how any way to talk to your brother?
You're dead!
Always it has such an active imagination. Come on, you know better than that. The rest of you don't hear or see anything this time.
yeah. I'm pretty sure that the open eyes is what spoils it here. Well, Cal, for once, we can't actually see this illusion, whatever it is. So it seems like opening the eyes is the bad choice, or makes them real.
Come on, little brother, look at me. A long pause, and Cal, you feel the hand release your shoulder. You hear a voice that says, I'm still alive in your heart, little brother. But not like this. Not if you shut me out. If you keep those eyes closed, I'll be lost to you forever. In your heart, imagination, wherever you think I live. Come on now. Don't you want to keep your memories of me? So, Cal, what do? Deafening silence. I'm gonna be really mad if DCL's just like AFK.
No, it turns out he's yelling at us this entire time, but his mic finally gave up the ghost.
I saw green light up.
Mike.
It was his mic.
Yep.
Oh my god. Okay, so yeah, what was there some point you wanted to interject in that, DCL? No, Mike's still dead. Okay.
It's a shame his brother killed him.
Here, DCL, I'm gonna try something really quick. It might help. If it's not your mic, if it's just Discord. Try now.
Nope.
Ow. Nope.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, it's like
Sound.
at the end of the tunnel. I love how spoiled Saban's gravitas is now.
Yep. Fucking didn't just suck the wind from your sails, drank them down like a milkshake.
Cast?
Hey,
Hello.
there he
Hey.
is.
God fucking damn it. I hate myself so much right now.
What did you do?
My headset just stopped working, but yeah,
How
assuming
do you
that none of
destroy
that.
headsets so fast? Jesus, dude.
I'm a fucking idiot. I'm clumsy. Though, like every time, I'll put my headset down, and just the cord will randomly get caught around my leg. And the one time I move to go to get up, I'll trip.
Bye.
Oh dear.
Apparently, where you'll get up and trip, and then it cut off with electricity. Yeah. Hi.
See,
Ah.
DCL, this is why my cord is on my desk, except for the little amount that it needs to get to my face.
I can't do that. Damn it! I don't have the desk space.
Sure
This
you
is
do.
why-
You just coil it around the leg of your table.
Ah,
David, for the love of God, buy your employee a desk, like a mic stand. You don't even need space on your desk, DCL. You just
Look,
put the mic
motherfucker, I
stand
already
next
got
to
him a
it.
headset. What do you want from me?
He just is just. Maybe it's young enough that he can return it.
if anything, at least this thing has just a mic. You can unplug the mic jack, so you can probably buy replacement cords pretty cheap. Anyways, yeah. So Cal at this point is probably crying like a little bitch for Lilas to hurry up and find that exit. Because this is not bueno for him.
So you're not engaging with this figment at all?
He's trying very hard not to, and only succeeding because Ivy was the first one to go through this and reveal that it is illusion.
Alright. So I think, like, as you're blubbering to yourself, you feel a pair of hands cup your cheeks, Cal, and a strong thumb sort of wipes away a little tear from your eye, and you feel a pair of lips pressed to the very top of your forehead, and you hear your brother's voice saying, "It's all right, Cal. I won't let him hurt you. Never again." And then the voice fades, as does the presence, and silence reigns.
At this point, Cal is probably crying and just going, "I'm sorry. I'm sorry." He's not looking good.
Oh, Cal.
This
I'll-
place is bad and I hate it.
I will go over to Cal and give him a hug with one arm, because I still have my gun out.
Probably gonna collapse into H1 and just devolve into gross sobbing.
What's this place to do? They're peaceful, right? You're supposed to confront yourself and find some sort of inner peace. Inner peace doesn't exist.
Hey, not my temple. I mean, this is a fucking nightmare, of course, but the place itself is still very cool.
You say as over the sobbing of Cal.
What does our companion, the professor, have to say about any of this?
I think he's just like silently watching Cal with a hand over his mouth.
I was gonna say with a mouthful of food. Like, how did you get a lunchbox as well? No fair.
You know, he totally just like jacked a piece of that like meat slice package.
Or he's doing that
like
fucking
the-
eat Dorito slowly thing.
He took like the meat slice package, pulled out a bag of chips and like a thermos full of nachos, nacho cheese, just having a good time.
Cal's trying to slowly recompose himself. Still gross sobbing. Keep in mind, Lilash, you've never seen Cal cry about
Yeah,
anything.
I've never seen it, but at the same time, I'm afraid to look. But I will wait in solidarity because I'm really not good at that kind of stuff. Never
Okay.
have been, never will be.
I guess if enough time passes, eventually Cal will at least be back on a level of speaking and still clinging on to H1 for emotional support.
I will ruffle your hair for years.
All of it. All at once.
I feel like that's the second time I've abandoned my brother. Should have opened my eyes. I should have seen him.
I suspect not. Indeed, I wonder if the reason Ivy's apparition disappeared is because she had to close her eyes so she didn't blind herself.
This place is lies and apparitions.
I mean, the salad was good.
I know. That to be a lie. My brother's dead. He can't be here.
It was likely just an old trick to torment us, Cal.
Well, that's what the Jedi Bendu wanted. They succeeded.
All right. I guess I will do the same and wait in the middle.
Okay.
I feel like I've saved him very few weapons to use against me.
No, you're an archaeologist, right? You suddenly hear about the Holy Grail.
No.
Hey,
Everyone knows
Jimmy.
they found the Holy Grail in 2018. There's a whole movie about it. Indiana Jones 12.
No, you sit in the corner and it's just you who says she's come from the future and alcohol doesn't exist anymore.
Again, I'm not an alcoholic.
Well, your character isn't.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Lelesh is not an alcoholic.
God. Alright. So, Lelesh, you sit down in the corner. Or in the center of the room, eyes closed.
Yep.
So, you sit and meditate as best you can. What are the rest of you doing?
I am going to check to make sure my gun is fully operational because I hate this place.
At this point, Cal is just emotionally burnt. He's like a little dead on the inside.
Dead inside.
Going to switch it to sniper mode really quick, make sure that works, switch it back to carbine.
Alright. Stark?
Just gonna lean against one of the mirrors and watch Lilash.
So if Starrick does this, do we just hear Ron Perlman's voice and war never changes?
You're gonna knock him dead at the thingamajig Veterans Hall tonight, honey.
God. Alright, so Lilash. You hear a voice, a faint voice. One that you haven't heard in many, many, many years. It's hard to pick up what it says at first. But then it grows louder, closer, more clear. It's a woman shouting your name. Lilash! Lilash! It's time for dinner! Come home!
What? I'll pass. I ate recently, but thanks, Mum.
There's a long pause, and then you hear your mother's, familiar huff. Don't pass on one of my dinners. I cooked all night for this.
All night? What did you make?
Your father's favorite. Come on.
Gin?
She'll sigh and say, don't talk about your father that way.
I wasn't insinuating he was an alcoholic, just that he liked gin.
I was assuming,
Doesn't always have to be a tragedy, jeez. Yeah, I'm sorry, Mum. I can't. I'm kind of doing something important right now.
I work and I slave away day after day, and for what? My children just to refuse me. Do you hear her huff? And you can almost imagine in your mind her just waving a hand dismissively. Fine, stay out and play, explore with your friends, see if I care. And then you hear a scream in the distance, and now all of you can hear this. A shriek of terror from all around you. And where once you saw mirrors, you suddenly see the cityscape of a hive world stretching out all the way to the horizon, and on that horizon you see a myriad of Sith warships descending. People scream. There's a sound of explosions as fighters descend from on high, unless you hear your mother crying your name out, begging you to come inside where it's safe.
I will shout that it's not safe. Our house is going to collapse. She should find somewhere else to hide.
Alright, make a perception check. Let's see if she'll, I mean, you can use the
Perception.
command skill if you want.
Yeah, I use perception, but my eyes are closed. So
Yeah, I understand. That perception is still the, like, talking skill.
Oh, right, yeah. I've bargain.
No? Well, it's
Damn it.
very hard to bargain with your mother.
I don't know. A lot of children are very good at that. Fuck shit. No, it's all going to happen again.
You're not one of those children.
No.
No,
I hadn't,
you-
by this point in my childhood, I hadn't mastered the art of being an incorrigible smuggler rogue.
Yeah, so you hear that scream again of your name, begging you to come in, and then the scream twists, changes, turns into a scream of horror, then one of pain. Then you can hear the tremble of the building crunching down on itself, of girders squealing as they bend inwards. The sound of screams echoes. Then you hear your mother's voice shrieking out, Lalesh! Lalesh, where are you? Help! Help, I'm stuck! Lalesh!
When I go in there, I get stuck as well. I'm sorry. I know how this goes. I love you very much.
Please, honey, my leg. I need... Call someone, please. Help me get it off.
I do, but no one turns up in the end. One of the beams falls on me too, Mum. I can't go do that again. I get to listen to you die in my ears, and I don't want to do that.
So as you say that, you feel that familiar old pain along your body where that beam hit you, just aching terribly. And you can hear the echoes of the screams in your ears. Then there's a moment of silence as you feel that weight of the moment, and then the sound of one large beam coming crashing down, and then silence reigns.
I just take a deep breath. It happened a long time ago.
The professor puts a hand on your shoulder.
But like shrug my shoulder a bit, clearly not in the being touched mood.
Yeah, he'll just like put his hands up and say,
It's fine.
Of course. Right. And yeah, Lalesh, what do? Do you just like make room for somebody else to sit there?
Yep. I will frown at the lack of like ventilation in this room, so I can't get away with smoking. And I have a lean in the corner.
I guess this makes it my turn now.
Hey, what's the worst that it could be? I mean, don't answer that. You're about to find out.
It's probably not gonna be any worse than what that tentacle thing did.
Oh yeah, you've already been forced to confront your most terrible hated fears. At least this time your face isn't being slept on by a tentacle beast.
We just get flashbacks to Pearl Harbor. Ah,
Alright, so Stark, do you just do the whole, like, kneel down and meditate, eyes closed thing?
Mm-hmm.
seems to be the best plan of attack.
Okay. Yeah, you sit down, close your eyes, and brace for it. I guess you probably fear that it's going to be that same memory of, screaming and dying civilians. But after a long wait, what you feel around you is not the death and destruction you were prepared for. It's a pair of soft arms, strong but kind, wrapping around your shoulders from behind. You feel a slender figure pressing into your back, breasts against your shoulders, hot breath in your ears.
Siren?
You can almost feel her smiling. Who else? And she shifts behind you ever so slightly, and this time you can feel her belly pressing into your back, and it's quite large, taut with pregnant weight. You've been gone so long. I hope this time you can stay for more than a few days, my love. What's wrong, Stark? And you can feel her, and you can't see her, shift around to, like, press her knees into yours, and her hands cup your cheeks. What is it?
It's... I know you're not really here. I know this isn't real, not like this. But God's time wants it to be.
Again, you can feel her smiling, her hand brushing across your cheek, she says. And it will be, so soon. And there's a pause, and you hear a voice speaking in the distance, a door opening. Then everyone hears the telltale of a lightsaber activating.
That came with the door opening. Yes.
Yes. And all of you can turn to see this time a shadowy figure, cloaked and hooded, with a long red lightsaber held at her hip,
Oh shit, it's our arch nemesis.
advancing towards Stark, and now you can see her too, Siren, heavy with pregnancy, still blind but nevertheless beautiful, holding Stark close as the murderous woman advances. What do you all do?
Has Stark still kept his eyes closed?
Has he?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I will move up to Starrick and stand next to him, stand with him, and hold my weapon up at the approaching figure.
I close my eyes.
Wait, so it's our arch nemesis, but is she missing her arm and have those robotic parts?
You can't really see any of her. You get that same sense in the Force, but she's just a mass of black shadow, and she is marching towards Stark with obvious murderous intent.
Instead of firing my gun, I will take my hand off of the brace, the whatever. I'll take my left hand off and then shine my light at them
Okay.
on maximum intensity.
No god.
Yeah, everyone just gah.
Nope, my eyes still closed. I am not retarded.
So as
Obviously.
The
this,
room of constant blindings is not catching me out yet.
so this time the figure strides forward, ignoring the blinding effect, and Stark, you feel a cold hand gripping your chin, and a whispered voice saying, "I will take everything from you." And you hear the sickening sound of a blade sinking into flesh, and Siren scream. And then the vision fades as your sight returns after the flash.
What sight?
Well,
His
H1
eyes are
sight.
still closed. Oh, yeah.
But it managed to get worse.
Great. Well, you have my condolences.
It may not be real, but I hardly figure out what the Jedi Bendu are trying to achieve by digging up such old painful wounds.
So, Stark, do you open your eyes at this point?
Yeah.
Alright, so as you open your eyes, you blink away the lingering flash from H1's light just shining into the room, and you can see now one of the mirrors has twisted open. It has fallen back on itself, revealing another passage out.
Let's move forward. I don't want to be here anymore.
Yeah, do we all see this?
Yeah, you all see this, and indeed the professor says, "Hey, where's mine?"
Consider yourself lucky that this room doesn't have any past to dredge up for you.
It turns out your life is perfect, my friend.
You have no
Hardly.
tragic backstory.
I wish. It's
You don't.
strange. He'll rub his
No,
chin.
he wishes
and,
he had a blessed life. Do you see him?
Oh,
and he'll just, like, take out his notebook and start writing. And the droids, neither, though they could see the apparitions.
let's just continue forward.
Now that there's a door open, I will pull out a death stick.
Okay. Hey, you take a long drag of the smoke, and the next hallway you pass through has no carvings on it, no pictures to show you what you might expect next.
Stark,
Yeah.
her who did it? Her specifically? Or is the mirror just using whichever enemy was convenient for the nightmare?
I don't know.
If you don't want to tell me...
Mine wasn't a memory, kid. It was something that might yet happen.
Diction?
One I Let's get going.
All right. I won't linger on the past or what might be the future in this case. Let's just continue on moving. Hall of
One sec, I'll
Ordeals.
sling my eye. Oh, still.
It's okay, Scal, you're allowed to cry.
I shouldn't be crying in the top eyelid of only my right eye, though.
It's okay, Scal, you're allowed to cry.
Feelings. Ow. That's seriously
I
like,
have
fuck.
that at,
I think a fly got into it. Which
well,
sucks
I
too
have it
bad.
at work randomly, and it always seems to be like, because there's like a lot of dust at work, right? And when we turn on the fans, it won't be just as soon as we do it, but like a good 10 minutes after, like my fucking right eye will just start stinging like someone poured salt in it.
Excuse me, I do not go to where you work. So I do not
I mean,
appreciate the implication.
you could DCL come to California. You can live with me. We'll be roomies.
Honestly, that'd probably be a great improvement for DCL.
No, it wouldn't be. Fucking cost of California living, man.
All right, never mind.
Depends on where that what you mean and where that is, because I have no scale because I've never lived outside of California. Two-bedroom apartments about where I live, 700 a month.
Yeah, I already got 600 a month, so no thank you.
Well, 200 a month, and
Oh.
it's no, for if like me and you lived in an apartment, you would pay 300, I'd pay 300. It's
Okay.
700
Wait,
bucks a
wait.
month.
Sidetrack for later. Sidetrack for later. More deals.
Yeah, well, I mean, Scout was crying, so we had to make up some time.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Blue, 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 blue.
So did we go through all the nerds yet?
Yes, you guys have unlocked the next chamber.
On to the next one.
And back.
In retrospect, I'm glad it was my brother who showed up.
Yeah, same. I really don't think I could have dealt with you just absolutely losing your shit in a confined space.
Well, I really thought my sister was here, and I've been looking for her for like 3 years.
Do you
So
think?
that's incredibly disappointing.
Do you think she's still alive?
My sister is incredibly clever, and the last tabs I had on her were mere months ago. She's still alive, just on the outer rim. Though I can't believe she turned against her master. I think her and her master are working on something.
Seth turning against their masters. Never heard of that
Wow.
before.
That honestly should have tipped me off when I saw her, but I was too flabbergasted that she was actually here. Because, this is like the third time in my life my parents have gone off to do their own little Shadow War thing, but they've always come back. I'm not too worried about that. The only weird part about this is when they disappeared, I got exiled and my sister disappeared to the Outer Rim. Sith nobility politics, you understand.
I suppose I don't, honestly.
Yeah, and I wanted to get away from it all and become a simple doctor, but now here we are.
Yep. And I remembered something I didn't even know I needed to forget. That sucks.
Maybe we'll run back into your sister. Hopefully next time on much more amicable terms.
Well, if we do meet up with my sister again and she's gone frothing Sith mad, please just stun her. I might try to kill you if you kill her.
If she's as clever and as powerful as you say she is, I'll be lucky if I can even fight her.
If you're talking in raw power, no. If you're talking in cunning, then yes.
Well, then I just hope I never have to run across her, or run afoul across her.
What is smacking her with the chicken got to do anything with this?
Well, you have to understand, every single Sith generation, we try to breed the next member of the council. I was a disappointment because I have no connection to the Force, but my sister, Well, with the proper grooming, she could probably become the head of the sphere of knowledge. She does like floating around and shooting lightning at people.
Sounds about right.
I mean, it sounds like a cool power, I suppose.
I wish I could float around and shoot lightning at people.
Yeah.
Anyway, shall we continue to the next room? I hate this room. Actually,
sounds
I
good.
hate this entire place, but the next room might be better than this one.
Yeah, I was enjoying the place up until that point. That really, really quite terribly sucked.
Oh god, I just read mimics in Star Wars. Kill yourself, Saban. Why? Better
Yeah,
as lobster.
it's just, ugh.
He always finds a way.
Yeah.
One of us is gonna die from this adventure from one part of the ceiling caving, and then as rocks fall.
Hmm.
Speaking of rocks falling,
I got to do my first Rocks 4 kill. That felt pretty special.
what does the Hall of Ordeals have in
Yeah,
store
so
for us?
as you push open the next set of doors, you find yourself staring not at a chamber, as all before have been, but at a vast, almost a chasm in the earth, a great rift through the stone of this hill. A narrow pathway, a bridge, has been carved from the door far to the other side, maybe 150 feet away from you.
Wait, guys.
And between you and that door, you see axes swinging.
See, this is the archaeology shit that I was warning you guys about. You know the whole tumbling boulder?
Oh,
I've-
watch out.
Played this video game before.
My father used to put me in this situation all the time.
What?
I had a very specialized education.
Even for a Sith, that's eccentric at most. Eccentric at least. I watched my sister go through Sith training. We didn't have her run through giant axes swinging.
Then she got pampered.
Granted,
I don't
one
know.
of
Looks
her.
kind of fun.
Maybe
Granted,
we can
one of
shoot
her instructors
Maybe-
tried to torture her, and I killed him. But that's neither here nor there.
Well, I'm fine with being able to pass this, but what about the rest of you?
Yeah, I'm good.
Saven,
Mm-hmm.
how close do the axes come to the ground?
They scrape the bridge. Each of them has created like a tiny little rivet in the stone that it passes through now.
Saven, why do you love that part of Dark Souls so much? You know
Since
that those
Fortress is
bridges
the
are
best.
annoying. Oh my god.
Maybe
The
we
worst, no,
can.
excuse me, the worst part of Dark Souls was getting sniped by arrows crossing narrow bridges.
Oh,
Don't even,
bitch, please.
motherfucker, I will
wasn't-
shank you.
So, H1 and I can just cheat here.
Oh yeah, the jetpacks.
Jetpacks. I have not had a chance to use it properly yet.
Try to
Well,
find
I
a
mean,
lever on the other side.
We shall go. We
Yeah.
shall fall. We shall cling to this near the ceiling.
Wait, what does the ceiling look like?
It
Is
looks
this
like
Sin's Fortress where we
craggy
can see like
stone.
the gears? Can we see like the? Is it like Sin's Fortress where we can see like the gears and everything, or do like the poles that hold the axes disappear into like fadey darkness?
They disappear into the stone. There's like channels for them to swing through.
Well, at least they've made their traps well. I can appreciate a good trap.
So as you're saying that, like, you see two little spurts of flame somewhere up in the bridge, like halfway across. That you're gonna have to
Oh,
dance through.
Oh, I wonder if they have the acid too.
Sploosh. Psst.
Yeah, I think it'd be wisest just to simply let the jetpackers go and see if there's some way that they can deactivate the traps on the other side.
So as you say this, DCL or
Mhm.
Cal, you hear a rumbling somewhere nearby. Seems
Oh,
like it's
don't
getting
tell me.
closer.
It's not coming. Is it coming from behind us?
Yeah, you turn around and look, and just above the door you've all just stepped through, there seems to be like a curving ramp going up, and you can see in the distance this large spherical shape rolling down towards you.
I'm going to pick up Lilash and jetpack.
Elish, is that your archaeology stuff you were talking about before?
Archaeology stone!
As Lilesh says that, the professor's like halfway across the bridge already.
Yeah.
Just like
Well-
swinging from axe pole to axe pole on his whip.
Yep, exactly. I pull out my stint rope, make it into a lasso, and we'll do the. Oh no, am I being carried by jetpack instead?
Yeah.
Ivy, are you going to
I
be
mean,
fine?
if you would rather.
I could make dodge and xenoarchaeology rolls to get through this, don't you know?
No,
I mean,
okay,
hey, don't forget you have to get Vito, Ivy, and Cal.
All right, if you're confident in
Yeah.
doing this, I will pick up someone else. Maybe I can pick up the other droid who might not be able to.
Well, yeah, the one that's an astromech on little tubber wheels. Yeah,
I will
yeah.
save you, fellow droid.
Well, I thought. Okay, so Lilash, how confident are you in your archaeology?
Yeah, I'm already halfway across the bridge as well now.
Okay, Ivy, how confident are you
In what?
in your trap dodging?
The boulder is getting closer.
All right, I'm just gonna pick up Ivy and start moving across the bridge.
I'm a doctor, not an adventurer.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick up Ivy and just start going across
I'm a
the
doctor
bridge.
too, but of archaeology.
All right.
That's not a real degree.
Space DeVry says it is. So
Yeah, fuck yeah. I got my fucking space masters in online degrees.
Space DeVry proves it's bullshit. All right, so I'm running across with Ivy. H1's got Vito. Steric's got a jetpack, and Lilash is Indiana Jonesing.
yeah. So the three of you who are going the hard way.
Yep.
Would you each make me either a dexterity dodge roll or else a knowledge archaeology?
Why the fuck would you do that to me?
I'm carrying you, Ivy, so hopefully.
So
he said
yeah.
I have to make a dodge too.
Oh.
No, just the three of you who are going the hard way. Which, yeah, Cal is carrying Ivy, but he is going to have to make a harder roll because he's carrying Ivy.
Even if we count in the fact that Cal is actually not Snoodle Arm.
Yeah, even,
could probably-
even counting that, it's still an extra person while you're running through a fucking gauntlet.
Okay, that's
makes
fair.
it inherently harder. Holy shit.
Archaeology.
I'm really, really good at dodge, you guys. You just never put enough faith in me.
Christ.
I'd have rolled archaeology, but my dodge is still a dice higher than that.
If I wanted to wait for a second so I can augment myself with force control so that I don't die from a bad roll because I feel it coming.
So if you wait, you
You'll get hit by
can
a
make the roll
boulder?
with a bonus, but if you fail, the boulder will be much closer.
It fucking literally is Sen's Fortress. God damn it.
You know you love it.
Well, what's going to be the penalty for carrying Ivy, I guess? I should know that first. before deciding.
Yeah, it's going to be -1 die.
Okay, I should be fine. I say before I'm not fine. God damn it, why'd I jinx it? Dodge. 5. Okay, should be good.
Yeah. And the professor.
They have to love it, but I've never gotten the fucking halberd from the
Oh no.
bell gargoyles the first time. I
No, he
always
did
have to wait.
a slight head start. So yeah, the axes are swinging between you. You dance between them, timing yourselves perfectly, and just behind you, boom! The boulder hits the bridge, and just now you notice that the bridge is ever so slightly like curved inwards to make a perfect channel for this thing to just roll right down, like it's on rails. And yeah, like a giant fucking marble, this boulder starts smashing its way through the axes.
How do they
And,
repair the trap?
Would each of you make me another dodge or archaeology roll as you come to a section of the bridge that is covered by flame traps? Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh.
6-1-6-1. That's weird.
Oh yeah, no problem. Alesh has gotten ahead of even the good doctor, who is starting to show his age as he's panting and gasping for breath.
Can I swoop in and pick him up?
Yes, though now that he's in the middle of axe hell, I will need a dodge roll from you, Stark, to retrieve him safely.
Alright.
Our number is 15.
50. Okay. Hopefully this will be suitably heroic, but at the end of the adventure I'll get this back. I'm gonna pop a force point.
Yeah, I think that's a reasonable assumption. No problem. It turns out you did need it, though. You swoop in and grab the doctor. He yelps in surprise, but quickly grabs hold of your shoulders as you spirit him away on your jetpack, and you hear mutter under his breath, "I totally had it. It was fine. It was fine."
Don't feel bad, Doc. I didn't expect it to start shooting flames either.
Alright, and Lalesh and Cal. The flames are behind you now, but as you get towards the end, you see that this part of the bridge is made of metal, not stone, and every few seconds different sections of it crackle with electricity.
Oh my gosh, yes!
Starting to feel like my father designed this. Well, the thing is crackling with energy. Does that mean run faster? Because I don't see any other option.
Yeah, no, this is Mo Dodge. Alright, Lalesh gets to the end.
Lesh is just Indiana Jones incarnate.
Yeah, this is her jam right here.
Let me see. Let's not.
Okay. Cal, the boulder is getting closer. Much closer. This point, you are running with it almost on your heels, you feel. And you come to the last section. More axes.
Well, the first rule of trap dodging is to remain calm and grope the bulge.
Yeah, I was going to say, and make sure whether they've got a penis or not.
Yeah, so Ivy, you are looking over Cal's shoulder as he's like trying to stay calm. The boulder is like 20 feet away and gaining.
Cal is just like looking at Ivy and saying, "Stay calm."
Who? Okay, first of all, never mind. But who does this? Who's got the time for this? Oh,
It's actually a rather amusing
right.
hobby.
This was before porn. I understand now. Can carry on.
It's actually a rather It's actually a rather interesting hobby. I'll have to show you my collection sometime.
We're in Incel Virgin Fortress. I get you. Let's go.
Jesus. I think it's Volcel Fortress, but... yeah, Cal, the boulder is now literally on your heels as you run between the traps. If you extend your foot too far back, you snap in pain as you feel it grinding on your heels. You need to make at least a 20 on this dodge roll.
Really?
Really?
Is there something I can maybe?
No, I
can...
got it. Force point time.
Alright.
Are you sure? Because I could throw a demolition charge at the boulder and then.
Yeah. Okay. So
So the only
No,
reason...
no. You don't understand. If we don't look at it, the explosion can't hurt us.
I was
Hey,
like, the only reason
My
I'm worried about...
explosives isn't very good yet, though.
And
Yeah, the only
Saban
reason why-
can't say shit because this is Star Wars and this happens all the time.
It's true. It's true.
All right, well, it's time to be force-sensitive bullshit. I want to save this first point for later, but yeah, making a 20 on a 5D D6 is not something I have faith in. So let's pop that force point. Since I'm carrying Ivy, it totally counts as a heroic action, right?
Yeah, you'll get this back at the end.
All right, so
It's also your last force point. You would get it back anyway.
all right, so I'll get one extra later. That's how that works. There we
What
go.
the actual
Wow.
fuck?
Christ. Meet me.
Yeah, you just jump the rest of the way, like way over Lalesh's head as the boulder slams into the doorframe and recoils back along its tracks, destroying what's left of the axes as it goes, and then falls off the bridge into the abyss.
Cal is just kind of frowning and going, well, Ash, can we run that back again? I'm a bit rusty. To be honest, I don't like that you beat me. I think we should have a friendly competition on this.
I will disembark. Why any of this?
I will give the good doctor a death stick.
All right, Lilash, what do you say we race the next time we have one of these situations?
I don't know. Maybe. It's not as special unless it's archaeology, you know? Like, there's no way I would be that successful again if it were anything less than being chased by an archaeology boulder.
Well, I doubt this will be the last time we go exploring through an abandoned ruin.
Sure. I just look at the professor and and they thought I was joking about archaeology boulder. It's like thinking that I was joking about male bear.
All right.
Oh, male bear.
Oh, male bear.
God, what happened to my voice? I don't.
I'll
even-
look back to make sure that
You choked on nostalgia for male bear.
I did. I did.
H1 and Steric are fine.
Good job, everyone.
That was definitely something.
Wasn't it just? That really made up for the last stream sucking so hard.
You have an odd sense of what doesn't suck, Lil.
Come on, that was amazing! And we're all intact and no one had to face any terrible revelations about themselves, their feelings, or their dead family. That was awesome.
I agree with Lilash here. I'd rather run through 10 of these rooms than one of that mirror room again.
You know, I'd rather run through 10 of these rooms just, occasionally. Assuming that they're archaeological.
Okay, yeah, but just because this one sucks infinitely less doesn't mean it doesn't suck.
Eh.
Alright, so there is just one door here to deal with. And at the end of it, you see another large stone door, but this one seems much more ornate than the previous ones. In fact, as you near it, you see that it has a bas-relief of a pair of hooded men with long staves, almost identical to those outside.
A relief.
Yeah, bah.
I kind of look at Lilash because I want to say something. I know she's going to be annoyed if I say anything.
I will pause and I will look. I go on then, get it out.
I think it's going to be a trial of martial prowess. They may have been peaceful, but monks have a tendency of brushing up on their martial skills.
Well, I mean, I
Too
hope
bad.
it's not. I mean, the other martial monks that we know are Jedi, and I guess they are kind of like that.
Yeah, but Jedi are the shittest monks.
I mean, I'm not going to contest that. Well, I suppose speculation is useless. We'll just have to go in and see. At this point, we're accepting these trials.
Yeah, yeah. Gosh, I really am gonna be excited if we get the opportunity to take back some stuff to go in a museum. I'll just make this the best.
Something to help us with our Sith problem would actually be more suitable, but I suppose...
Oh, right, yeah. Oh, yeah, that. Sure, I guess.
Archaeologists are a strange breed. Oh well. Enter into the room. What is the next hall?
Alright. So as you enter into the next room, you first hear the professors say, "Ah, my head. Does anyone else feel that?"
Feel...
Do we?
No, you'll feel fine.
No, afraid not, Professor.
Must have hit my head. God, it's a bell ringer.
You don't have any external wound. Are you sure it's not the temple messing with you?
El Doctor. Could you take a peep at this boy? I want to look around this. I want to observe this door. Can you re-describe it?
Yeah, it's a relief of the two figures from outside in the waterfall. The hooded men with staves held at their hand, or in hand at their sides, and a holy symbol around their neck of a kyber crystal.
Okay.
Okay, never mind. I thought it was just the men with staves.
I will
So it is not something martial.
try to open the door.
Okay, yeah, it opens.
Oh, pooh.
Creak.
A little gasp about.
Swear to God, doors, if you start fights with eyelashes, we're going to war.
Oh, right, of course.
So inside is a circular room. At one side of it, you see a semicircular wooden podium set up, like something judges would sit behind. And in the very center of the room, you see a dais with steps leading up from the entrance door to it.
Sorry. Pouring more drink.
What, are they going to judge us after all the trials?
Yeah, I mean, if you do a bunch of tests, then you got to get your grade at the end, right?
So you wanted me to medic him? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, can
Yeah,
you
the-
see if our doc's been conked on the nog?
Yeah, he's complaining of like a migraine all of a sudden.
Okay. Nope. No bonuses. Target number.
Question mark.
Question mark. 21.
Okay, seems fine. He might actually just have a migraine.
Alright. I will prescribe him some of the flask. It will actually help. It's a blood thinner.
I prescribe you the flask.
It actually literally does help
Yeah.
with migraine. So
Yeah, it does.
it's a blood thinner. So
But don't go too hard on it because you'll do things like try too hard to concentrate on stuff and get eye strain, and that just makes a migraine worse.
yeah.
So if you drink and keep your eyes closed or drink in the dark like a real grown-up, then you'll feel a lot better.
Or if you just drink and like watch a TV show and just don't like concentrate on it, you just zone out. It's fine. It's same with aspirin. Aspirin will do the same thing. Like when people who have migraines who take aspirin medication, there's a reason why there's a difference between aspirin and migraine medication. Because aspirin is a blood thinner, migraine medication has something else in it. I don't know what it's
Phenolin, I believe,
Yeah.
which does sinuses as well.
I want to be judged.
Anyway. So yeah, you guys enter this, what indeed looks like some sort of judgment room, almost like a primitive courtroom.
All right. Is there a stand there? I'm fucking ready.
Yeah, there is absolutely a stand. It's covered with thick layers of dust, but actually, as you approach, and your perception's fairly high, you notice on the ground there are boot prints in the dust. Just one set leading up to the dais.
How old do they look?
Maybe a few weeks.
What? Weird. Okay. God, we can never just be the first to do a thing. All right. All right. I will approach the podium. Is there some kind of ashtray there?
No, it's just like a flat stone dais.
All right. Then I will stub it out on my boot and ditch it in something for a bin.
Alright. So yeah, you take the stand. There's an almost oppressive silence in the room.
You think this is an all at once thing or just a one at a time situation?
I don't know. Maybe we've got different grades. I'm willing to wait a little bit, and then if nothing happens, I guess we'll get to get ourselves up on here.
Alright, so as you continue to wait for a moment, a part of the wall to the south slides open, and you hear a grinding sound from down a side hall, and then the droid trundles
Oh,
in.
hello, food bot.
It beeps at you in salutation.
Yep. I give him my closest approximation of hello in whistle.
It will beep back in binary.
Lilash, that's racist.
What is he saying? And the droid saying?
Like, imagine Shakespearean English being spoken back, like, just simple greetings.
Careful what you say there. There's going to be another talk about what Shakespearean English actually is.
Lilash, you can't whistle like that. You're not the right type of person.
My, he's so polite, so proper.
Huh.
So yeah, the bot trundles up, and it stops for a moment, and then reaches down onto its treads and picks up another little packaged bundle, and like proffers it up to Lilash since she's the closest person on the stand.
Yeah, sure, I'll accept it.
Alright. And then it will roll itself past you guys, and then up onto the judge's platform.
The droid is also a judge.
Yeah, it will park itself in the middle.
I will inspect the package.
Alright, it is more delicious pork loin.
Ooh, yay!
Surely Meat Friend could only judge us fairly.
I will gently pocket that for now.
Alright. So as you set that aside, the droid's chest plate opens up, and you can see a holographic projector inside just sputter to life. And there's almost like a digital wheezing as this ancient device chugs itself into action, and eventually displays a black and white hologram of a dark-skinned woman in a heavy brown cloak with a staff held at her side, a kyber crystal around her neck. It's just the fucking heads and jars from Futurama.
Exactly.
Nice.
Yeah.
But no, there is a hologram of a woman, and she speaks at you in that same, ancient equivalent of basic that to you guys sounds like Old Norse.
Can you understand what she's saying, Lilash?
Sure.
I don't believe
yeah.
you can.
Let's see here. Can I try knowledge Xenoarch for that?
No, in this case it would be knowledge languages. There is, in fact, a skill for it.
There is. I do a raw dog knowledge then.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, is this a language thing?
Yeah, you've already made this test, though, H1, and
Oh.
you did not succeed. So yeah, no, you guys have no idea what this hologram is saying.
I guess Oh, wait, no, I can't.
Yeah, the target number is
Professor,
quite
do you
high.
understand it all?
He shakes his head and says, "Ah, gods, even if I did, why?" And he just like starts thumping his forehead with his fist. Ah!
I'm starting to worry about you. Are you sure you're all right?
Is there something in this place that you're sensitive to, perhaps?
Not unless it's nerf hide. It's the only thing I'm allergic to.
Are
Don't
you
think
force
so.
sensitive?
Not that I know about.
Can I squint another medicine at him? Can Lilesh and me combine medicine and archaeology?
Yeah, I guess.
Some Tomb of the Mummy's curse bullshit?
Right?
I'll give you an extra whatever it is.
+1.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, hang on. Let me reroll. 20?
And
I mean,
he's
2 ones,
describing
but-
like a horrible migraine or maybe some type of like aneurysm. Like this doesn't appear to be anything related to the temple. He might just be having some sort of like brain trauma going on.
Is there anything I can do as a medic with all my medic stuff to alleviate it?
Fill him full of painkillers?
I am
He's
a
not-
doctor.
He's not an American doctor. She's not an American doctor.
No, in fact, I'm actually space British. I just don't have the accent because I can't do one.
Exactly. They actually have better health care.
So, can I give him blood thinners and a painkiller?
Mhm.
Not a pain reliever, a painkiller. But, not something like so intense it knocks him out.
Yeah, you can try. I think that's no problem. You give him
You know
some
what?
pills, which he will eagerly swallow.
Just because it can never hurt, quick force sense roll. The most I can get is nothing.
I would like to point out I have both the med pack and medicines.
Mm-hmm. You can mark off like 1 medicines.
Okay, I will mark it off of all of my money I spent on medicines.
Alright, with a mighty 5. I don't know,
I
it's,
sense
this
the
whole
universe.
place is just suffused with force energy. It's real hard to detect anything out of the ordinary anywhere. Anyway, so as this hologram is speaking, a door to the north grinds open. Perhaps you passed their test.
Why do I feel like this was important and we're missing valuable information? No, I'm sure it's nothing. We
What
continue
did I
on.
do?
Let us adventure forth and procreate.
That's a bit out there, but
I was waiting
you
for
know,
somebody to catch that.
the venturing forth bit I can get behind.
So this time Meatbot follows you around. It trundles along behind you, grinding its gears noisily.
Yeah, just found it's all done now. H1, does Meatbot have the ability to explain what that was?
Oh, yeah. What did the hologram say? I did not understand it.
Meatbot apologizes most heartily for the confusion and will relay that, per his master's instructions, left 5,000 years ago, they apologize profusely for not being here, but they assume that you passed with flying colors.
Otherwise,
Great.
we might be dead.
I will repeat. I will say. I'll tell that to the. They said they're sorry that they couldn't be here in person and that we passed their test.
What? But it feels kind of like a jip, honestly, after all that. No real
They have
grading.
been gone for
Assuming we
5,000
passed.
years.
Yeah, but still. They went to all of this work. You'd think they'd leave some kind of grading system in place.
They said they did say you passed with flying colors.
Okay. Fine. I will still be a little bit pouty.
Meatbot will
Except
further
for one of them. One of the
congratulate
judges said that you passed only satisfactorily.
Meatbot will further congratulate you and say that you are the first ones to pass the test in 6 weeks.
Huh.
6 weeks, you say?
6 weeks.
Could you describe the ones who passed it before us?
Meatbot points at the professor.
You did this already, Professor?
You turn around to face him, and he's slumped against the wall, like, grabbing his head.
That's weird.
I'm wondering if continuing forward is a good idea at this point.
Okay.
I'll go back over and pick up the doctor.
Yeah, just keep
Yeah,
an eye on the professor for now. I'm gonna look around this room some more.
Right, the Hall of Trials.
Yeah.
What are you looking for in particular?
Evidence of something strange that might have, I don't know, initiated some kind of mind fuckery. Weird, maybe artifacts. This place is old and dusty AF.
Okay. Yeah, you can make a perception search roll.
Yep.
Or a knowledge archaeology, I suppose. See what's actually a relic versus this
Yeah.
miscellaneous crap.
16.
Okay. No, you don't see any artifacts, and certainly nothing that would influence the professor directly. You can find that there's a very primitive computer system linked up underneath the judge's panel. It's probably like related to the final grading, perhaps. There's the secret passage that Meatbot came out of, which you assume goes back to the kitchen. And there is a hologram standing at the judge's podium, repeating itself over and over again.
Suppose the only way through is forward. We can't go back after all through the trapped room and the mirror room.
Yeah, I wonder if there was some kind of mind wipe that occurred when he came through here last time.
At this point, I wouldn't be skeptical that they have the ability to do such a thing. I suppose the only option, once again, is to move forward.
Okay. So there's another door ahead of you. This one is much larger and more finely made than the others. It looks like proper, like, temple doors underneath a sloping archway. And you see blood on the floor as you near the door. Very old, several weeks, you'd imagine, in a, at first trickles and then a fairly large pool just before the door itself.
Okay. This is the first time it didn't feel particularly fanciful.
Wait, say that again?
There is dried blood on the stone.
Oh.
Ooh. All right.
How much? Like, can the doctor say, like, that's a dead person's worth or something or other?
It's not enough right there to say, like, oh yeah, this person definitely bled to death, but if someone was bleeding that rapidly to lose that much in this short a space of time, they would have died without medical help soon.
I want to take out my Spes Pockum computer
Mhm.
and take some samples and because I obviously have the medical version, right?
Yeah.
Where I can take samples and plug it into there and
Sure, you got your tricorder.
Exactly.
Can the V-bot be able to awkwardly carry the professor? I might want
Yeah,
my
the
arms.
professor
So-
can rest his hand on Vito and
I
follow
would
along
like-
with you guys.
I might want to
A
have my
blood-
hand free for this.
Oh. I would like
Alright.
to take. Oh.
Just say it.
I would like to take a blood sample from all this blood everywhere, and then take a blood sample from the professor.
Okay. Yeah, I think he'll kind of just groan at you as you give him a little poke.
I will sling my rifle and I will pick up the professor.
Okay.
It's okay. This is space. It doesn't even hurt.
You okay there, DCL?
Yeah, fine.
Jesus
I'm fine.
Christ.
Shut up. Nothing happened. Keep going.
Okay. Uh. Yeah, it's the same. Same blood.
So the professor was definitely down there. This is his blood everywhere. And without medical attention, he should have died.
You think there's some sort of final test that rejected him?
Either that or we're carrying around a hallucination.
I squint.
Professor?
He just groans at you.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to try to go up and push open the doors.
Okay. The doors open. They're almost weightless. Somehow.
You know, I expected the one time I tried to open up the door, everything to go bad.
No.
All right.
They
Well, what's-
open, and inside you see a relatively small room, maybe 15 feet on a side. It has several chairs lining the walls. Very simple, sort of stone affairs without cushions. There's no artifice in this room, no decoration. Just cold, hard stone everywhere. And in the middle, lying face first on the ground, is a rather weathered body of a Maryland male, clutching a data pad in one hand and some sort of circular object in the other, grasping in his fingers, having pulled it down off of a pedestal that stands in the center of the room. A great deal of blood lies on the floor all around him.
Lilesh, is this any part of your archaeology stuff?
I mean, it's a new experience.
So,
I'm gonna chalk this one down to a new experience.
as you say that, H1, you somehow manage to drop the professor. He grunts in pain, grabs his head. You can see blood come away on his fingers. And he looks back at you in fear and says, Gina, oh, and then falls face first onto the ground, precisely where the other body is.
Gina?
Fuck?
What an insanely cruel trick.
Lilesh, do you understand what this Gina is?
Yeah, I'm gonna go have a look over at the professor's data pad.
I'm going to follow closely
I
on
can't help but think that he failed the trial of mirrors.
Oh, so who is the person I am carrying?
Well,
You're
you
not-
were carrying.
We're carrying.
What happened to him?
You
He
dropped him and
slipped
he
out of your
died.
hands.
And fell
my
into
God.
the exact place the real corpse was. They just sort of
Oh.
merged together.
What was I carrying then this whole time?
The
don't know.
Force!
Spooky ghost, Professor.
A nightmarish illusion from a decrepit place.
Damn it! This is spoiling the moment from the last place now. We got the archaeology rock and everything.
Yeah, and as like Ivy takes a look, you can see that he suffered some sort of severe head trauma. Most of like his forehead was torn open. You're surprised he was able to keep walking long enough to get into this room.
I'm gonna take my lightsaber hilt in hand.
His forehead was shattered.
By a creature or some sort of trap.
All right, in my medical profession, is this any wound I've ever seen before?
It kind of looks like an axe wound, if you had to guess.
Oh.
Potential trap.
Yeah, I'm gonna look around properly.
And the blood was outside the room, so
Yeah,
he
he
would have been injured before he got in.
Right.
Right.
Gina, was there some Gina person who fucking clobbered him? I don't know. All right, I'm checking his data pad.
Okay. So yeah, you open up his data pad, and luckily he was in the middle of using it when he expired here on the floor.
Good of him.
And it
Unluckily,
looks
we
like
have
he was in the
space.
middle of composing a letter. There's a great deal of blood on the screen. You have to sort of wipe away to read what he was writing. But
Then
you can see the last words he was writing before he passed were, "My beloved Genava, I have finally found it, but I fear that I will not live to tell the ... and then just like goes into a string of characters.
appropriately dramatic timing, it seems.
Okay, if I scroll back, can I find what it is?
Yeah, make a
Make a
technical
pronoun
roll
test.
to scroll through all of his like backlogged communications.
Make a roll to see if he played the pronoun game this entire time until he finally had it and was about to say what it was.
My technical sure is 1D+1. I take it it's not security.
No, he left the datapad open, so this would, if anything, be computer programming to like create a search function.
Really? You mean Control F is not invented in the future?
Have you seen how primitive Star Wars computers are?
Damn it.
It's true.
You should watch Solo. They finally have Technicolor hologram tech.
Holy
Oh
shit!
my. Wait,
I'm-
what?
I'm literally going to watch Star Wars in 2 hours.
Neat.
Cool.
Well,
But
I'm
anyway,
guessing-
so no, you don't immediately find what you're looking for, but in like 2 minutes of looking, you can immediately find what or who Genava is.
Yeah.
And it sort of clicks in the back of your mind as soon as you realize, like, oh yeah, I remember him mentioning her. That's his ex-wife.
Oh.
X because of normal circumstances, or did she die?
No, you misheard, Saban. He said axe wife. He was slain by his axe wife.
No.
No.
Suppose I suppose that's an appropriate name.
Let's have a look here. All right. Do I know anything about their breaking up?
Yeah, so it wasn't as much them breaking up as
One of them died.
your good old professor here was an avowed pacifist. He truly hated the war, and his wife went off to fight against the Sith many, many years ago.
Hmm. Damn. Interesting.
Chances are she died, realistically speaking. He might have been looking for a way to talk to her spirit or something.
I don't know. I want to look at the. Please describe this room.
No.
Yeah, so it's a square chamber, maybe 15 feet across on any side. There are a number of stone, featureless chairs along the walls. There's no decoration, no finery in here at all, not even any wall paintings or carvings. Just a pedestal in the center, on which once rested a spherical object, now gripped in the professor's hands.
Alright, I want to look the sphere over.
Alright? It seems to be made of glass, with a faint glowing light held within it. You can't see exactly what it is, or what its purpose is.
Does it look like a holocron?
In the vaguest sense of the word, yes. Like, it is the same sort of, like, clear substance with a glowy inside, but...
Well, I've only seen Sith holocrons before.
There's a dark, artificial-looking cubes full of light. So
They're not cubes. They're pyramidal.
pyramidal. No, there are cube ones, but regardless.
I thought they were cubes for Jedi's and pyramids for Sith.
Oh my
I thought that was
god,
like-
it doesn't matter.
Anyway,
Tetrahedrons.
This is a
for Jedi.
sphere.
this is a sphere. Yeah. Okay.
You Force users. That looks similar to a holocron. They tend to only react to Force users. Maybe try poking a little bit. I try with the stick at first. It's a
mean-
scientific method, you understand.
I can
Okay.
make the attempt without the ability of force alter. What I can do upon the world is rather limited.
You
What I
just
meant
need
was
to
first poke
waggle
it with the
yourself
stick.
at it.
What I
Oh.
meant was first poke it with the stick, and then second of all, hold it in your hand. You're a Force user. It reacts to Force users.
Yeah, I'm focusing on it, and I'm trying to do sense.
Yeah, you feel the force rich and dense upon this thing, but you can't interact with it in any way.
Yeah, I just shake my head. I mean, it's not really making anything happen. I would like to look over this from a xenoarchaeologist standpoint.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if I can understand anything about the mysterious crystal globe.
Okay.
I do love that that's a thing that I can do. Just a good roll.
It really does seem like Ivy was onto something. This might be
Yeah.
some sort of proto-holocron, a means of storing data infused with the Force.
I have a degree, but not in this.
And
So,
as
Lilith-
you say that, the little astromech droid that's been following you guys around makes a very sad beeping sound and sort of
Aww.
lowers its head next to the professor.
Aw, Vito. Did you know about this? Were you here?
Vito will beep in affirmative.
Aw. I'm sorry that he's dead.
A man of science shouldn't be left to just rot here. We should take his bones somewhere. Give him a proper burial.
Before leaving with this orb, first I would like to see if it does anything when placed into that empty pedestal.
Alright. When you place it upon the pedestal, there is a crackle of energy, and then everything changes. The walls, once bare and plain, erupt in light, dancing, sparkling colors that resolve into images of star systems, worlds, galaxies even in the far distance. It's as if you're standing in the middle of some sort of star map that slowly orbits around the edge of the room. The sphere glows with a greater brightness than ever before, almost like a little sun within it. And you begin to see planets materialize, orbiting it in the room. One of them passes straight through Cal's chest and gives a little gasp as the energy passes through him.
I went through the bathroom for 2 minutes and you blew up everything.
No.
I'm joking. But I see you got the force cube working. Holocron working.
Sphere.
I see you got the holocron working.
Sure. Yeah, I guess so.
Well, is it a map?
Can you try and describe this vista a little bit more? Or does it look like it could be applied to a star map?
It looks like a map of this system. Like
Hmm.
the holocron itself is the sun glowing so brightly, and you see the planets of the Takodana system orbiting it.
Hmm. Okay. Are there any clues coming out of this whole presentation of the stars? Anything stand out?
Well, first of all, does it look like our galaxy?
Just described this as being the Takodana system.
Oh, sorry.
So yes, this is in fact your galaxy.
Sorry, I was reading
fine.
a text.
Yeah, you like. What are you looking for here?
Is anything stand out that's maybe it's got symbols on it, like it's actually the evidence of some kind of map or...
Yeah, I think like you can see tiny symbols floating above several star systems,
Interesting.
including
Sure.
this one, like a little uh, triangular glyph hovers and rotates over the holocron itself.
Interesting. I wonder if there's one of these in like a temple of this in every planet in their system then.
I mean, I'm trying to see. I'm trying to contemplate why we need a map in the first place.
I'm going to stare blankly.
I mean, what is it trying to tell us?
It could, be all of the pieces of an ancient secret. I don't know how that could not be incredibly exciting to you.
I mean, it is, but I don't know if it's that for sure. What I'm trying to say is I'm confused.
Oh, but you're always confused.
Well, I suppose so. I'm not a xenoarchaeologist.
I will
Let's put
cheer.
Yeah, I mean, this looks like a treasure hunt, but first, the doctor. It's. I mean, he came here for this on purpose. Vito, what was it he was looking for when he came here?
Vito will beep and point at the holocron.
So he knew he was coming for this.
Weep boop.
Did you say then that this is the thinking is correct? That just frown for a moment. Is this the part of some larger puzzle?
Weep boop.
Okay.
Well,
I mean, we
could-
can't just leave this untended. I mean, this is a mystery, and it could be. I don't know. Do you have any kind of record here, Vito? Like,
I mean, maybe the professor had notes on it. He did say
Yeah.
he found what he was looking for.
And you
We
guys
should
saw
check.
him writing in a notepad many times during this expedition.
yeah, I would
but-
love to look over it.
Yeah, so you roll his body and look in his pocket, and sure enough, there's a little like actual paper notebook that he always kept, old-fashioned
So
man that he
eccentric.
was. Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's full of notes from like 2 years of expeditions. And just a cursory read over, Lilesh says that he was looking for a network of temples, that he believed that there was somewhere a map that displayed all of the Jedi Bendu temples, and that through this map he could discover some great secret that they had long since lost or sealed away about kyber crystals, the way they related to the Force as we understand it today.
Well,
Wait, was Saban breaking up for anybody but me?
Just
nope,
you.
I'm just fine.
Yay.
I heard force crystals and kyber crystal related in understanding to the way we have force today.
I mean, you got the gist then.
Okay.
So yeah, I will explain this to Cal carefully, that this would appear to be quite relevant, because although the professor has passed the journey or the route that he's set us on might very well be the answer to the, question we have about that mysterious kyber crystal. Information about all kyber crystals and their connection to the Force.
At this point, are normal kyber crystals pretty well researched? Or are they still like a mystery?
I swear the answer is probably, I don't fucking know.
The answer is probably I don't fucking care.
Both, perhaps.
Probably both.
How exciting. We have an archaeology mystery to solve.
It's everything I ever wanted. It's a delightful gift from the professor.
It's a mystery that I think is worth solving.
All mysteries are worth solving.
I mean, I wouldn't judge them all equally. But if this is something that has to deal with the Force, and as a way that the Sith can weaponize it, we'll want to know about it first before they do, so we can act accordingly.
Yep. And it is our only lead left, so... Can you try to find where it is we would need to be going next, Lel?
Yeah, first of all, Vito, do you want to come with us?
You should come with us, Vito.
To everyone else, it sounds like a rapid series of beep boop boop. But Vito says, yeah, please don't leave me here to rust.
We will be the best of companions. You will. Oh, you can. I cannot wait to show you to Super Spy. He will love you so much.
Make sure not to
Dog.
get caught up into any of his schemes. I don't think you'll survive them.
He is a schemer. But he's a proud schemer.
Vito
Welcome aboard,
beeps excitedly
Vito.
and sort of rolls from side to side.
And then we gave the professor a burial with full scientific honors. He did good.
Do scientists believe... Does xenoarchaeology believe in burying the dead, or do they just preserve them in a museum?
Xenoarchaeologists aren't a race.
Vito will come over and just like arc welder taser you in the butt.
Yeah, that was out of character.
Psst.
He teases you for thinking it.
Goddamn
He has
fuck
insensitivity sensors.
crimes. Infringing upon my American freedoms.
I would much prefer that you committed thought crimes instead.
Oh man, that's the name of
That's
my
an
new album.
That's an excellent album name, yeah.
Oh my god, it really is. But yes, continuing on. So, got his notes, got a map. Any way we can record it? Or is the sphere only going to work in this panel? I guess we don't know
I
for
have
sure.
a data recorder.
Okay.
So you guys can capture like a 3D image of this map.
Still take the holocron just in case.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Oh, yeah,
of course
of course
we're
we're
taking
taking
the goddamn
it.
holocron.
Holy shit.
You say of course we're taking it.
Yes, I do.
Yes!
That's not necessarily an assumed thing.
After we've discovered all this stuff, this fucker belongs in a museum, okay?
Mm.
And so help me, it's going in a wing with the professor's fucking name on it.
It will have a nice plaque.
The nicest plaque.
Well, no, only a copy of it will be in the museum. Of course, the actual edition will be stored deep within the Jedi archives.
I just want to make sure it's
Fuck that
something-
noise, it's going in a museum.
You say that, but have you ever met Jedi? In universe, that's just what they do. They secret away knowledge and just leave like copies of it around, saying this is basically what we were talking about.
Yeah, that'll
Well,
actually...
they can do that all they want. We will send it to a library, to a museum. They
That'll
can
actually-
steal it afterwards.
They do, though.
Yeah. Like, in canon, we would all probably know that the Jedi is a very big governmental organization that would secret the shit away.
pretty sure the Jedi don't work for the government, but
I mean,
No,
they
no,
work-
no. They're an extra government organization. But the thing is, their alliance with the Republic, because they're the wizard defenders of the Republic. That means that all Jedi artifacts and Force using artifacts go to Tython in this day and age, and pretty much in episode 1, 2, and 3. That's why they can just cull population of kids that are Force sensitive.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So if we just give it to a museum, the actual piece is going to be spirited away by the Jedi, who will decide whether or not this knowledge is worth sharing with anyone. And if it goes against their paradigm, it will just be sealed away.
It's fine. What I'm going to do
Anyway.
is pass all the information on anyway, so that it becomes, if not public, at least accessible knowledge, and then let them pull their stupid bullshit.
And that's when the censors come in.
I think
Yeah,
you
well,
should.
fuck the census.
I think you should upload every bit of that information to the free net.
Of course.
I mean, I would
Huts don't
still,
care.
I would still like to figure out if it's benign first before we start going out and sharing what we found.
All knowledge is benign. Just depends on how you use it.
I suppose so, but I think we can all be under the safe assumption that the Sith will use it for the wrong reason.
And so do the Republic.
Either way, I just suggest we investigate a little further.
Even though I'm in exile, I don't believe the Republic is any better than the Empire. You're just as bad, just in a different way.
What do you mean you're?
Down with the government.
You've
Anyway,
clearly defected.
Yes, but that doesn't mean I've gone to the Republic.
You've defected to the Republic and are working with Republic agents.
I'm working for my friends.
Shut
They
up.
happen-
Please. And I will indicate that they are arguing over the dead body.
I thought we had already buried that and we were talking on the ship. God damn. How long does it take to bury a body, you people?
Not very long with lightsabers. I have a
Are
lot of
you
practice.
are you suggesting a
No, I
lightsaber
was-
to be used as a shovel?
Yes. You got a plasma energy sword. You fucking
Alright.
use it, man.
Okay, so I'd like to actually as well. Is there an alternate way out of this place?
Yeah, so you can now just go through the secret passage from the Hall of Trials out through the secret passage to the kitchen.
Excellent.
And Meatbot will follow you along.
Thank you, Meatbot.
We still haven't figured out where the meat's coming from. I was expecting some stairs at some point.
But honestly, who cares? This place is creepy. I don't want to be here anymore.
Infinite ceiling meat would be pretty nice. You can't deny that.
I won't deny that. We'll fight
It also-
adamantly to approve that. But also, this place sucks.
It also killed the man of science and then pretend cut off my hand.
Yeah,
I think we can all agree that discussing our problems is the wrong course of action. We should all just accept closure and not speak of anything that happened in that room.
fair enough.
Okay. Tell you what, I would like to create a message to leave with Meatbot so that people don't have to go through this.
Okay.
And I will take a clean page out of the professor's notebook, write it in the Galactic Common. To those who have passed thus far,
Turn back.
the room that you might be about to visit is full of mirrors. Don't go in, it's actually awful. Following after that is a hair-raising series of ordeals and traps. When finally you arrive, you will discover that there is nobody there to grade you on your performance in these trials, and then you will be able to access a secret hall, the item within which is already gone, I am afraid. Still, you've done a great job by getting thus far, and I wish you all the best.
Man, I thought you knew xenoarchaeologist. Nobody has the attention span to read all of that.
You bet they fucking do, because then what I'm gonna do is, like, scribe in some actually nonsense symbols, so people will read it over and over again, thinking that they can decipher something out of it.
Okay, there you go. So what to say, because you know damn well if you read that note, you'd be
Yeah,
just
I'd have
fucking
gotten bored
district-
partway through and started skipping it, but then I'd see runes and I'd be like, well, fuck, now I've got to read it all properly. In my first rodeo, I do indeed scroll that out.
All right, and how do you leave it with Meatbot? Do you just like tape it to his face or something? Because you know there's no way Meatbot's gonna give that note to anybody. That is against core programming.
That is not in his programming. I will make it a hanging sign.
Like on where? Just on him.
Yeah, on Meatbot.
All right, cool. Meatbot has the archaeological equivalent of a kick me sign on him now.
Aww.
You put this evil on him.
No. I will then, on the flip side of it, right, also be nice to Meatbot.
He gives you meat.
And I will leave behind a packet of cigarettes that will just be perched up on a countertop.
Okay. And yeah, you guys can leave if you want, or stick around and explore. It's up to you.
I mean, got lots of footage. This place is incredibly interesting. But we should probably get on our way. Hanging around any longer would be bad.
I'm curious about the surface above this temple and where the meat comes from.
Would you like to try and inspect the meat hole in the ceiling first?
Well, I would like this. I mean, it just comes from a thing in the ceiling.
Comes from a
Probably
chute in the ceiling.
something.
Yeah. It comes from a chute in the ceiling. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's something up above it. Like, there's some other stuff, like, in the mountain.
Oh, wait.
So, who wants
you know
to
what?
go?
Why don't I just fucking... You know what? I'm just gonna fucking ask Meatbot, where does the meat come from?
Oh, he will say that there is a meat replication device up in the maintenance tunnels.
Blink.
Slow head
I
turn.
will add that to my list of technology that I know about.
I'm gonna start making a few checks, a few certain jump checks.
I mean, yeah, if
Please.
you want to go steal the fucking meat machine.
No,
I mean,
no,
Meatbot's
no.
gonna be like permanently
Here's-
clinically depressed for the rest of his
Here's
existence.
why. First of
but-
all, yeah, and second of all, depriving the world of a meat replicator would be the most evil, dark side worthy.
Like,
I
action
mean,
possible.
presumably you would be taking that onto your ship and just using it yourself, but
Yes, but
I mean, it ain't getting used that much down here either. But you know, whatever.
it isn't, but it's also this whole bot's entire purpose, and although its matrices are simple as fuck, I feel really bad about stealing a being's only purpose.
dude, obvious
We
answer.
could.
We take Meatbot with us.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
We get the meat machine and Meatbot. Come on, it's the best deal we're gonna get.
H1, Vito, what are your thoughts on having a meat bot and a meat replicator along?
More droids mean more friends.
Vito thinks
Okay.
this thing's a retard,
Oh,
and it just stood by and watched as the professor died.
that isn't cool. That would be...
Hey, Vito, you should be nice to your elders. He is this very simple robot. He does not have the same kind of critical thinking skills that we have.
Vito will very sarcastically beep simple back at you.
Okay, so are we actually gonna steal
Now
the
you are
Meatbot?
just being rude.
Because speaking of meat, I need to go up and cook my last meal.
Well, hold
I
on
will
for a minute,
ask.
DCL, we're almost done.
Okay.
I will ask this robot his name. Does it have a designation?
It is servant robot number 1.
Ah, he's
Perfect.
even number one! That's his name!
Number one, would you like to come with us on grand space adventures? There is no one left here to serve.
No,
And the
he
temple
must
is
sit here to
empty.
prepare food for the next people who come to take the trials. That is his purpose in life.
But the trials have no purpose anymore.
The trials never had any
The re-
purpose.
Oh yeah,
First fucking Zen.
fucking Jedi Bendu.
Like one day, Meatbot will achieve sentience. Like I firmly believe that.
It'll take
think
another
he
like
has.
5,000 years of
Five-
just slowly
He's been here for
processing.
5,000 years. He's already been here for so long.
This is where you just shout a paradox over. You just be like, "This statement is false," and then it kills him. Like,
Yeah, this is the simplistic kind of bot that would absolutely just explode from that sort of shit.
just drop a logical fallacy on it, and it
Like-
dies.
Honestly, just like putting it in a place it doesn't, like, it's not programmed to be familiar with would probably fuck it up for like a week. If you just like took it outside, it'd be like, oh god, it's too much, and then shut down.
Oh,
Fine, let's
I-
not
it's
bring
nice.
Meatbot along to go insane.
I also, I don't want to deface a literal evidence of like perfectly maintained archaeology in a system that still works.
But a meat
Oh.
applicator.
I mean, you could go up there and take some scans of it.
Some scans. Do I look like a professional nerd? Like a robot nerd? No, sorry, a technology nerd. I'm a robot nerd too, actually, as well as the other kind. But a tech nerd? I don't know how that shit works. H1?
Could I go up? Could I squeeze up in that thing?
With your hips, no.
Hmm.
If someone brought you scans, though, you could probably analyze them.
My
I could-
framework will not allow me to go up there.
I could try to jetpack up and get some scans. I'm a small boy.
Jetpack. You can just jump up there.
I mean, I would like to jump up there, but I feel like that's just baiting Saban to say no.
The slimmest person here is
Everyone.
Cal.
Yeah, this is I
Yeah, I
just
mean-
fucking I can hold you by the legs and push you into it.
Oh, how high up is it? I thought it was
It's
like.
like 8-9 feet up.
Oh yeah, I can totally jump that. All right.
Yeah.
Let me just
And you guys
cat
have
up.
no problem just shoving Cal into the air duct, and,
Let me just
or the
ceiling
meat
cat
duct.
this shit.
I should say.
Let me just ceiling cat this shit real quick.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
You go up into the maintenance vent, and sure enough, there's like a little microwave-sized box up there that, just as you're getting up there, it like makes a bing sound and ejaculates a pork loin down the chute.
I found the perfect creation.
So yeah, if you want to like spend some time scanning it with your data pad and just
Yes.
figure out how the fuck this thing works for H1, yeah, you can totally
Fuck
do
yeah.
that. Just a glance at it looks like it consumes carbon bricks. You just put that shit in there, and then it'll slowly transmogrify the raw material into pork loin.
Ah, the temptation to take this is so strong, but I
we'll
must
make our
resist the
own.
dark side. Must resist the dark side.
Just immediate
Oh.
6 dark side points for stealing Meatbot's sole purpose.
stealing Meatbot's sole purpose in life.
It would be worth it.
He even referred to it as his purpose in life. Like that is something that to take away from someone is evil.
Hey man, if fucking Anakin Skywalker could be redeemed after killing children, I could be redeemed after stealing a meat bot. I mean,
Yeah, but you have to blow up like a lot of important evil shit for that.
all
You
right,
have to kill a lot more millions to make up for killing all the children too.
all right. I'm gonna take the scans and leave the meat machine there and uncap my way back down.
Okay. The path back down is slightly moist from the pork loin just sliding down the metal.
will
And
need
yeah,
Don't worry, we walked past a ritual bathing fountain on the way out.
and yeah, Cal plops back down next to Meatbot, who is standing there with his meat on a platter.
Oops.
One more steak for the road, buddy.
He will binary in affirmative, and he will go make you another pork loin.
Nice.
I mean, theoretically, you could just stay here forever and just get infinite pork loins from Meatbot. He doesn't give a shit.
Meatbot is
he
what
lives for
makes
this.
this all. Meatbot is the only thing that made this worth it.
Don't worry, one day we'll come back. You know what? This might actually make a legitimate vacation spot as long as we never go past the Great Hall.
Yeah, I mean, now that you know the secret passage is there, you can just go past the Great Hall through the kitchen and into the judge
Yeah.
chamber.
Like, the reality is, Lilesh could really quite happily just fucking archaeologize this whole goddamn everything and construct a new thesis just about all of this bullshit, but that's a long time commitment. But that's definitely a holiday action for her now.
Yeah, so I think we fade out on this episode with you guys making it outside and giving the professor his due burial.
Yep.
And then
Poor guy. I
what's
liked
the-
him.
We put him in the meat machine, and he's processed into pork.
Oh
And
God!
we eat him in.
And then we eat him.
Uh,
Delicious
His
man.
I briefly considered having it be that you were actually eating him the whole time from the meat
Eating
machine.
people.
Absolutely, I
Friggin'
thought about
Soylent
that, but
Green.
no. He's even green to
Hey,
start with.
you
Glad you
said
did
this
that.
was a light-hearted, sex-free adventure. Leave me alone from that vor shit.
But
It's
yes,
only vor if they enjoy it. Otherwise, it's just cannibalism.
yeah. Anyway, yeah, we close on that, and I guess what is the party's plan for next time?
Well, apparently we're going to need to uncover a whole lot more stuff. I'd like to send an update message back to them and be like, so turns out that the professor is dead, but some crazy Force stuff occurred, which was relatively quite promising and has put us on the track to hopefully discover more about kyber crystals and the Force in general. Hey, who knows? I might even get a new doctorate out of this.
I know people classically hate stray quests, but we could get a stealth drive.
But we can
Yeah,
do all
it's
this
right
one in
there.
this same. We're in this one system. Has all of the we can do that literally after we finished going through the temples in this system.
Are we just going
No,
on archaeology?
the temples were all in a bunch of different star systems. There was just an indicator that
Yeah.
this star system also had a temple in it.
Okay. Will you be able to dot those on the map for us so we are
Yeah, sure. Let me.
so that we can actually construct a plan?
What should we do with the professor's ship? Can we tow it?
Our little dinky ship? Probably not.
We're not. Well, we're kind of dinky.
Maybe
let's-
we can take whatever is the value of it and then sell it to the pirates.
Or we could
not the
ask
worst
his beloved droid if we can, take the parts that will actually be able to upgrade our ship, trade them out, and then sell
And
the ship.
Go fly the ship?
Well, we'll fly over to where the professor's ship is, and recover personal effects and shit as well. Like I feel like he needs, his fucking belongings memorialized until he lived out of that ship.
Yeah, so those are the four systems that had additional temples in them.
Hmm. Going to Coruscant will be problematic.
What? I was about to say why, and then I remembered. I was like, oh yeah.
Deserters.
So we're just gonna go on archaeology quest.
Well, we needed to know where it was first.
So this is a horrible color on this map. Hold on, let me.
It is really quite hard to see.
There you go.
Oh, I was fine with that.
Oh, now you get bright red.
Bright red is a superior color. In fact,
It makes things go faster.
It does make you go faster. Okay. Honestly, I'm not sure. Where is this supposed stealth drive meant to be?
Most
Well-
likely spot is Coruscant.
Yeah.
Okay.
No one wants to do my quest hooks in every game, but the lady disappeared on Coruscant. That's where we were able to
Yeah,
basically track her down to.
Coruscant's not a good move for the, the deserters.
Which admittedly is just me. The rest of you could.
Let's try and be inclusive for now. As nice as it would be to have a stealth drive.
But
I mean, we
could
have to go there
disappear in the
anyway,
teeming
is the thing.
masses.
I'm thinking we save it for the last.
Uh,
Well, because then we can hopefully kill two. If we do go there, we can kill two birds with one stone. Like finish our journey, and like for information, and also pick up a stealth drive before we fuck off again. Or would you rather we go straight to Coruscant now in case it puts us on another wild goose chase? Now that I think about it,
I'm gonna be honest. I'm only tempted to go to Coruscant just cause.
just because you want to be a really salty baby at the Jedi, I know.
Well, no. I mean, to be honest, no. I'm just trying to avoid it from completely becoming archaeology quest and being 100% like scow driven. I don't know. I just feel like somebody else's quest should get a chance.
Yeah. Let's do Coruscant.
Okay.
It's gonna be bad for me, but also interesting, and interesting is much more important.
There
That's
you
true.
go. Now you're thinking. So, yeah.
Luckily, whenever we do stuff, we don't have to roll for doubles.
As you are getting ready to depart, you've buried the professor and made your plans to head toward Coruscant. You've sent out your missives. Ivy, your data pad beeps. And you see a message has come in from an old contact of yours from intelligence.
Oh, great. Another double cross.
Now, this person was genuinely nice to you.
Oh. So actually one of my friends rather than my friend.
Yes.
Friend.
Not an I know Lando.
Yeah, no, this is not an I know Lando.
This is a Chewie. Gotcha.
Yeah, this is a Chewie. And so yeah, you open up the message, and it's completely blank, aside from a attachment.
Dick pic.
It's totally just a dick pic, obviously. No. So when you open it up, you can see that it is a classified communique from inside Imperial Intelligence calling for the immediate arrest, dead or alive, of Kalisha Velthram.
Alright. Oop. I pressed the button and I backed out of the thing. Hang on.
God, Thought Crimes is such a good album cover.
It's
It
fucking excellent, isn't
really
it?
is like 10 out of 10.
Alright. Well then. To further make sure that this is, that they don't have any, like, like a lot of communication coming out from them into unknown space would be suspicious. So all I send is capital D.
All right. So yeah, you note that there is a last known location marker on the arrest warrant, which points to a relatively backwater planet up here just outside the seat.
All right.
That nice gold.
Hey, Starrick.
Hmm? Yeah.
We need to take a very quick detour.
See, purple.
What for?
Well, a good friend of mine has warned me that my sister is being hunted, and if we don't go and try to pick her up, she might die. I care about my sister very much. It's on the outside of the seat. We won't get anywhere near the Empire. Well, we'll get near the Empire, but nowhere within actual boundaries.
Are we in the inner?
I don't think that would stop the Empire.
Which I guess
It wouldn't, but you don't understand how Sith politics work. If we save my sister, my parents have great political clout, and it could help you guys in your ne'er-do-welling ways running around helping the Republic.
It's going to help us enough to keep a revenge-driven Sith master off our backs.
It
Oh, that would
could
be real nice.
it could actually send her off into another direction, yes. My family does have that amount of clout.
Well, I'm on board with this plan.
Yeah, redirecting an executioner's axe seems real good.
We're a nobility family, and despite the fact that my parents are currently involved in a shadow war, if you rescue their force-using daughter, who they specifically bred for the purpose of becoming a member of the council, they would be indebted to you.
Dope. Also, she was very cute.
Well, yes. But the point still stands. If we go and rescue her now and deliver her to my parents, you would have someone... let me put it this way. Sith politics are a giant Gordian knot, yes? And you guys are pursued by one fray of it. My parents would get in the way of that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't need any further persuading.
Yeah, as a side note, like Coruscant is on the way there if you want to tackle Coruscant, and then
Ooh, we can tackle.
This feels much more time sensitive.
We can double back on Coruscant later.
okay, so hit that on the way back. Gotcha.
Yeah.
I am willing to drop the stealth drive for my little sister.
All right. Cool. Then that is where we will pick up next time. You guys will be spending a bunch of time in FTL because, God.
Pew, pew. I hope we can build that meat replicator.
We'll still need to stop at some point to get supplies.
That's why I'm putting our course to Alderaan and then to Ord Mantell and then
Could you... Is there a system outside of the
there's this one right here.
core that you could bring us to Alderaan? It's...
Well, that's what this one. There's this one right here, like this star right here, and then there's this star over here. Are you afraid of going to Alderaan? I hear it's very nice.
I'm afraid of
Safest
getting
place in
that
the
close
galaxy.
to the capital. Yeah. But fuel stop can't hurt that much. Right.
When we find your sister, she is going to want to see you, isn't she?
My sister I loved very much, but I could never be certain how she felt of me.
Oh, and just to be clear, there's that shit in the Bendu temple. That's not what we're gonna be walking into, right?
That was my sister at her worst. I've never seen her like that. That was my nightmare. I think that temple fished out my worst case scenario for her.
I think that's true as well. But I'm going to make my terms clear, Ivy. You're a friend and this is your sister who you say you love. It's clear that the objective is to help her and rescue her. And I'll do so to the best of my ability. But just like you have your family, the ship is my family. If she's too far gone in the dark side of the forest, can't help her.
Then you will try to kill her, and I will kill you. Sounds
That's-
like we have a perfect arrangement then.
Can we maybe go with, we choose to part ways?
As opposed to try and slaughter her. Yeah.
Well, your friend here seems to be the kill him and leave him kind. Kill my sister and I kill you.
Yeah.
If she leaves us alone, then I have no problem. Trust me, I don't want any more stiffs on our tail.
Alright.
If he had simply said he would try to disable her if she had any lethal threat, that's fine. I have no problem shooting my little sister with a stun gun, but if he tries to kill her, I will kill him.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, if you want to fiddle with this lightsaber and invent a stun setting for it, I'm not
He's
gonna
got
say
fists.
Have you not seen Force users before? They
Guys.
just throw each other around and wiggle their fingers. It's very annoying.
Guys! Fuck.
My little sister used to juggle me.
Okay. I had to check that I wasn't on mute for real. Alright.
Hey,
so,
you wanted an in-character argument. I gave it to you.
Yeah, I know. And I was trying to in character interrupt you, and then I was like, maybe I'm muted, and then I'm just gonna feel like a retard. I wasn't. Yeah, no. Let's go over the doctor's stuff, collect his, personal effects and shit, get some salvage and any supplies that we can out of it, and then yeah, alright, we'll chart a semi-safe course up to our destination.
Okay. Sounds good. Then we'll leave it there for tonight.
Yeah.
Sure. Are we, since we're basically finished on Takodana, do we get skill points?
Yeah, I think that's a reasonable thing to do.
Yeah.
You also get your minimum 1 force points back.
I take it I don't jump up to 2.
No, you have to use them to get them.
But I do get my, second one back, yeah?
Yes.
I didn't actually spend mine last time, or this time even.
Alright, let's see. So, crew earns skill points based on the following criteria. Performance. Let's give you guys a solid 4 for that. Teamwork. Did you guys work together and rely on each other to overcome challenges? Yeah, absolutely. So that's up to 5 for the group. And you individually earn skill points based on the following. Personal contribution. Does anyone feel that their skills were critical? I think Lalesh
Obviously.
qualifies.
Obviously, the xenoarchaeologist helped in the xenoarchaeology.
It was nice to use a skill that I thought would never come up. It really was. To fucking Indiana Jones the shit out of a place was a genuine delight.
I hate you as I've never had this feeling.
Joy.
Let's see. I think I'm going to give one to H1 as well for using her droid connections to interact with and talk to Vito and Meatbot.
Yay.
Yay!
Embodiment. I will go ahead and give everyone a point for that, for sitting through psychological torture.
Cool.
And you didn't spend too much time bickering, so nobody's gonna lose any for that.
So how many skill points?
6 for most of us, 7 for, Lilish and H1.
Alright, be right back.
Is that it?
Oh wow, I have
that's
10. I have 10 points. I could buy a new skill, or I could get my smuggling compartments installed.
That's all. I mean, we've already put down the credits for the smuggling compartment, and your skill
Yes,
is
I have them. I just need the skill points.
1,000 credits.
Yeah, that's a lot. It would take all of my skill points to put in those 2 smuggling compartments.
Oh yes, Cal, you get an extra force point as well, same as Stark did.
Yeah, I put it down.
Okay.
It's like I made one spendage of a force point that wasn't that great, and it's just been every session since like I'm never getting back up to 2.
Just do crazy cool shit. It's
But I did it all without force points this time.
All right, you know what? I'm gonna put the smuggling compartments in on our trip.
Okay.
So that's all my skill. That's all my skill points gone.
Ripoo pipoo.
Yep.
Yeah.
Who the fuck
Do
is
I-
that?
What the fuck?
oh, those are the
What
yachts.
the?
Oh, you got Yelpers too.
I was
What?
about to say that.
I'm in a city in Britain. They're everywhere.
Oh
I
no,
was
it's just
also-
whether you had them outside the window. I had mine earlier.
What's going on?
What?
Drunk students who
Oh,
are, civilized like me and
Uh,
lurk in the side.
I was about to say, did I suddenly move to Britain, get angry outside your window?
No, that's not what they sound like. Angry.
Or are we
It
talking
does sound
drunk-
like it is how they tend to sound before they get into a fucking fight. But you know,
we're talking like drunk, happy, singing, having fun and shit.
All right. Well, thank you guys for playing. Thank you guys on chat and YouTube for watching.
yeah.
Thank you for running.
Thank you for running.
I hope you guys had some fun with a little mini dungeon crawl with no real combat.
was good.
Yeah.
Hey.
The mindfuckery was, mindfuckery and sucked, but it was fun.
I'm angry that apparently my mic was not working for the brother part.
Yeah, that was unfortunate, but I'm glad everyone got a little chance for some character development there. And
I
yeah,
like that Saban was forced to make some up for me because I hadn't given him any
yeah,
ammunition.
fuck you. You should know better than that. You gotta give me some ammunition.
What was that? Your character's actually kind of well adjusted? I don't fucking think so. Fuck off.
Yeah, fuck you. Your mom died in a Sith attack. Yeah.
Can't be a Star Wars
Say,
character be all that's not.
Bye
that's
stream, bye YouTube.
Yes, bye. See you
Bye.
guys tomorrow for double games.
I suppose I should do the Mers Hammer token before I go to bed.
Well, no, go sleep and do it in the morning.